Thank you. So good to be here.
Oh, pleasure, Dave. Thanks for coming back and welcome to the family, bro.
Thank you.
I saw you joined this morning, man.
Yep, I did it late last night, so
I'm going to make you proud.
Where are you from again, Mark? I forget.
Tropical northern Minnesota.
Tropical Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's tons of people coming to this show, ladies and gentlemen. What do you see? It's going to be the biggest one we've done yet, by a country mile. Right, so got it. So, Tim, if you can rename everyone, that's great. But Dave's still there, and I know he likes to tell his missus how beautiful she is. I need to mute him because we'll all hear you, Dave. Dave, sorry. So let's start the normal recording now. Let's just live on YouTube, and actually, I'm going to paste the live link now and the Zoom. If anybody wants to share the show that you're on live, feel free. Nobody's ever done it. I've never asked anybody to do it, but shouldn't we? Probably. Let's start the normal recording. Welcome VB as well. And Tim, you just need to be security. I can't look at all the people coming in now. It's going to be a mission to this. So let's start the main recording. 1, 2, 3. Hi, and welcome to the 2020 podcast, episode 3, where today we've got 20 artists. Most of them, 18 of them are in the music family. They're coming to feature one of their tracks, quickly explain why they wrote it and plug themselves. You know, we'll get a couple of reviews in here and there. But coming up first from London, a good friend of mine, he's doing his own little spin-off interview section for people in the family. Amir, could you introduce yourself, Amir? And what's the story behind your song, Freak of Nature? Please.
Hey guys, I'm Amir. I'm from London, been a musician pretty much all my life. But the inspiration behind Freak of Nature was just, I think I was being told to be too normal because most artists do this. They should do this. You should do this. You should do this. And it was frustrating me. And I was like, and the main lyric in that song is, it's better to be a freak of nature than to live a lie. And so I based it off that.
Bro, you're fantastic. You're absolutely awesome. And you're doing great in your music career. If you don't know Amir, honestly, he's a great friend to have. Reach out to him. Enjoy this track, ladies and gentlemen. Freak of Nature.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm not a fool. I know they hate me for telling the truth, but I don't mind though. I got pride, oh, I'm coming through. Yeah. I'm a dark soul, but a good man. I got champagne in my head flash. I'ma get drunk, tryna let go. Keep the angel from my shadow. I don't feel alone when there's no one home. Like a scared child when they're on the road. But I'm not running from myself, 'cause I got another side. When it takes control, don't know where to draw the line. Day or night, it's all the same, but I'm alright. Ordinary ain't my life. It's better to be a freak in nature than to live for life. I'm on the other side, looking at them, watching people waste their time, saving face in cyberspace, but I'm alright. Ordinary ain't my life. It's better to be a freak in nature than to live for life. Breaking the silence, I'm turning it up. There's too many liars, but now that enough. It ain't no crime, no. You cross the line, oh, I'm going through. Oh, 'cause I got another side. When it takes control, don't know where to draw the line. Day or night, it's all the same, but I'm alright. Ordinary ain't my life. It's better to be a freak in nature than to live for life. I'm on the other side, looking at them, watching people waste their time, saving face in cyberspace, but I'm alright. Ordinary ain't my life. It's better to be a freak in nature than to live for life. Dark soul, but a good man. I got champagne in my head flash. I'ma get drunk, tryna let go. Keep the angel from my shadow. I don't feel there's no one home like a scared child when they run the road. But I'm not running from myself, 'cause I got another side. When it takes control, don't know where to draw the line. Day or night, it's all the same, but I'm alright. Ordinary ain't my life. It's better to be a freak of nature than to live for life. I'm on the other side, looking in and watching people waste their time, saving face in cyberspace, but I'm alright. Ordinary ain't my life. It's better to be a freak of nature than to live for life.
Amir, absolutely awesome. My camera tends to do that nowadays.
Very
Welcome to
good.
the show. Welcome to the show, Isabella. Thanks for coming in. So the show's started, and just before we ask you, Amir, if any of you become in a hurry, you can just say, "Hey, can I go one of the next couple of guests?" And that's totally fine. So Amir, that was wonderful, dude. Anyone who would like to quickly say something to Amir, can we try and use the thing? I don't know how to even do it myself. The reaction thing. See if anyone does like that, then I'll know that you want to say something, right? So let's go with who I think would like to speak to you first. Let's go VB, then Darman. VB.
Yeah, super energetic song. Like I posted as well in the chat, I really like the story of it. The drop parts combined with your vocals were super cool. Yeah, really good song. I comment as well on your YouTube video, so I hope it will work with the algorithm.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well said, dude. Darman, then I saw Mark Halloween. I was want to say something, and Katja. If anyone makes a wee symbol, that's the easiest thing, because we can't all speak each time, or it'll take forever the show. So Darman, then Mark, then Katja.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. Just to say, I thought the production was extremely professional, with enough drops, muted parts, and variety tracks coming in to give you a platform for the pro voice. Your voice is absolutely incredible. The heights you were hitting, the scoops, absolutely. That's the bedrock there for you to show your talent. I thought it was excellent, and the video was very good as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well said. Mr. Allywine, then Katja, then Mary.
Amir, right? Do you say Amir?
Yeah.
Killer vocals. I mean, wow, blown away. That's stratosphere stuff there. And you made it sound so effortless.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. Love the song, love the groove. The bridge was unusual, which I dig. I really dig an unusual bridge. And I think you used the bridge in there a couple times, didn't you? Did you go back to the bridge?
Yeah, so I think the initial, the first pre-chorus was only done on the first time, and then we skipped it the second time and used that as the middle eight instead.
Just amazing. Very creative. And the video was spectacular. I'm trying to find, are you on Spotify?
Yes, I can. In fact, let me. I can send a link to
Okay.
Sparky. If I send you that now on here, because I haven't got it up on my computer. If you could post that on the Zoom, that would be great. I'll send.
Yeah.
I'll send a link to that now.
Cool, dude. Cool. I'll make sure these are all forever linked. But your name is quite hard to find, Amir, especially if you try.
I know.
To
If you go for Amir Official UK on Google, Amir
Official UK,
and all my stuff will come up.
I'll make sure everybody's got each other's Spotify and stuff. We really need to try and be quick with this round robin. We've only got a 10 or 12-minute section each, ladies and gents. You weren't here when I said it in the start, Mark, but we're trying to be really fast here. Katja, Mary, then we'll go with the four ladies here. I don't know if Isabella heard much. Katja, Mary, Evie, and then Isabella. Katja?
Absolutely massive vocals. Truly enjoyed that. And the way you kept at that top end throughout, it was amazing.
Thank
amazing.
you.
I did not realize that you had that big of a voice.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Well said. Mary in Germany, then Evie in Toronto.
Hi, Amir.
Hey.
Can I say your voice is really fantastic, amazing vocal range, and your producer did a great job because, as Damin said, he could, put the focus on your voice. That was great. So he didn't try to compete, with your voice, with the instrumental part. And yeah, great job. And I like the old arrangement and the melodies, your vocalizing. I really like it. Really beautiful. I like your movements and how you can stay in front of the camera. And also the video was really nice, simple, nothing fancy. I mean, was really pleasant and great song, really emotional and epic in some parts, really amazing. I got shivers. Thank you.
Well said.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
He's very, very high level. Evie Zamora and then Isabella, if you heard anything, I think you might have heard the end of it. Evie Zamora in Toronto.
Yeah, no, super professional mix, really, really good song. It's a banger. Cool video. Like I really liked it. I guess like ditto on what everyone else has kind of said here.
Thank you very much.
Well said, well said. Welcome to the show, Acton in Malawi and Chris and so in France. Isabella, what's your thoughts? Isabella, then Lonnie.
I think it was, in the day and age, like this day and age of everyone, like rappers and that, not saying their feelings, I think it was class on that front, because, like London and everything are very much about like that kind of, like that kind of bad man scene, but no, I think it was very different, and I caught like about a minute of it, a minute and a half, so from what I heard anyway, it was really good, and I think the visuals are kind of class.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Well said, dear. Well said. Can we go another couple of new faces in the show first? We've only got a 12-minute section each, and I need to do stop clock. So let's go Lonnie and then Roberto, who's a new two new faces. Lonnie and then Roberto.
Hey, what can I say that hasn't already been said? Great video, great production, and you have a killer voice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well said, well said. Roberto, what do you think of that awesome track?
Yeah, I absolutely loved the video, the production, and the vocals, of course. I liked a lot the kick of the drum machine and the snare, very, very, very focused and accurate, and as a sound, of course. And your high notes, the high notes you reach with the voice it's amazing. I really, really love the song and the video.
Thank you so much.
Well said. Sorry we can't get down to every here. David, would you like to say something to Amir before we get to your section, young man? Dave?
Yes, well, once again, I was so impressed with the vocals. I'm very jealous, Amir. I wanted to be that kind of a tenor myself. But no, well done. It was really, really nice and beautifully produced. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well said, well said. So Amir, I know you've got a gig, and I know you didn't have long, and I know you can't stay around for long, but love you to bits, bro. Until the next time, or tell everyone how to find you, Amir Official.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm really sorry that I can't stick around because I've got to go and do a gig, and I've got a bit of a long drive. But you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Amir Official UK, AMIR Official UK. I'll type it in now. Hopefully it didn't spell it wrong. I spelled it wrong.
Amir, see at the bottom of everyone here will get their own article tomorrow written. I'll write myself, and you will all have your social medias added at the bottom, so you can all. I'll make sure that happens. Amir, everybody, until the next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If anyone wants to collaborate on anything, give me a shout on Instagram. I'll follow you all back. I'll answer all the messages, and if you want an interview as well, give me a shout, and we'll get Sparky involved as well. Nice one, guys.
No worries, no worries. We just need to talk away for a minute here. I've just been told that my memory is full, and I can delete something in 2 seconds. So if Tim and Steve, who never got to speak there, could you just jump in and, just talk away for a minute, please?
Yeah, I thought that last song was just flat out awesome. I not only loved his vocals, but I really was taking in the lyrics of the song itself. I mean, he had a great message there, and I just thought it was fantastic. What do you think, Steve?
I completely agree with you, Tim. And I was going to say that I love the subject matter. And funnily enough, I've just been talking to Beast, as I told you earlier, and we were talking about this. We were talking about nature and about, in my case, being a kind of a freak of nature because I've always been, a bit different. And so the subject, yeah, I loved it. And I thought, like everybody else said, that the vocals were amazing.
I've sorted it. Thanks for saving the day, guys. Yeah, only 300 megabit left out of 4,000 gig. That's quite scary, isn't it? But anyway, coming up next, we've got from London, a good friend of mine, David Roper, goes by the name of Dave. Could you introduce yourself, David? And what's the story behind your song, Losing Heat?
Okay, the song Losing Heart is...
Sorry.
Losing Heart is a sad song, and it's about, I think, many people's lives who want to be, if you like, recognized, famous musicians, singers, etc. And let's be honest, most of us never get to that high spot. So it was a way of doing something, and the band, one of my bands that I really love called Backlash, we used to play this, but the video which I produced about 10 years ago, something like that, that video is it's about a clown who is due to go and perform on stage, and then bit by bit things get worse. I won't spoil the ending for you, but you'll be able to see it in a moment.
Oh, you're a wonderful musician and you're a great friend to have. Dave, everyone, with
I got rings on my fingers and bells shining on my toes. I got ribbons in my hair and grease paint on my nose. But I'm losing heart. Yeah, I'm losing heart. As the crowd call my name, I just cannot seem to start. I've been dressed like a fairy with stockings and a silver wand. Been a puppet on a string and a duck sitting in a pond. But I'm losing heart. Yeah, I'm losing heart. As the crowd starts to laugh, I just cannot seem to start. As a frog, and Glasgow as a porcupine. Been to Bolton as a tree, to Cardiff as a keep-left sign. But I'm losing heart. Yeah, I'm losing heart. As the crowd start to cheer, I just want to fall apart. I got rings on my fingers and bells shining on my toes. As the crowd is shouting off, I'm led to the room below. 'Cause I've been losing heart. Yeah, I've been losing heart. As
the crowd made me clap. I am told that was my last part.
Well done, Dave. You know, if you had the few hours, I was going to feature you in the second half because I thought it was something for later in the show, but it's an absolutely brilliant track, and you're in a hurry today, Dave. Love what you do. Let's go for the people who's not spoken first. Let's go. Steve, then Steve, Darman, Chris, and Co. Katja, I think, put your hand up. And just before the next three guests are Roberto, then Evie, and then Isabella, if that's okay at the moment. So, Steve, Tim, and then Darman.
David, I thought your song was brilliant. I loved the guitar work and the whole sound of it, and it was bringing to mind a film that I watched yesterday, which I didn't think I was going to like, and which is why I haven't seen it before, Joker. And I thought that was a really powerful film. And as you maybe know, it's about the story of a very sad clown who basically loses it, you know. And so it kind of fitted with the film I'd just been watching, Joker. So fantastic work, and I can relate.
Thank you.
Well said, dude. Tim, and then Darman.
Yeah, that was a great track. It did take me back to the early 70s. That was awesome. I mean, video, I liked it myself. It was really cool with all the different images that come up. Although my youngest daughter would have been deathly afraid. She's scared to death of clowns. But I really liked it. Good video, great song, good vocals on that too, Dave. So congratulations. It's great.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Darman, and then Isabella and Evie down the bottom. Darman.
Hello. Yeah, I thought the song was excellent. The vocals, the tone on the guitar, which was extremely important. The guitar carried this in a way, so the tone was excellent. The video, I enjoyed the video. I would just say, production-wise, is that the guitar was slightly too high, and the percussion was like I was surprised when I heard the percussion come in. And so what I would have liked to do is the percussion to come up a bit and the guitars to go down in the mix. But other than that, I thought it was excellent. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Well said, dude. Now it's all went away there. Isabella, then Evie, what was your thoughts here?
I really liked it. I was quite surprised. I didn't know what to expect really, but the kind of genres I like are quite different to that, so it was quite refreshing in that way. I really like the guitar part of it, actually, to oppose what the previous comment was. I quite like the guitar aspect of it, because like nowadays we don't really have music like that anymore. We have quite like rappers and that down here anyway, and repetitive like Lewis Capaldi and kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it was quite refreshing. I quite liked it.
Thank you, Isabella.
Okay.
Well said. Evie, then.
Yeah,
Evie?
I agree. I really liked the guitar as well. And I like the losing heart catch or hook. I think that's, I really enjoyed it. It was good.
Thank you.
Well said. VB, Mary, then our next, like Lonnie as well. We've got time. VB, Mary, then Lonnie.
Yeah, really good song. I really like the groove of the song. The guitar riff, the combination with the vocal, and as well the video was quite nice to see with all the animated pictures in between.
Thank you.
Well said, dude. Mary, Lonnie, and then Roberto, who's our next guest.
I liked it a lot. The video was very original. I mean, all these images and the message behind. And I liked a lot your voice. The guitar, really nice, really nice. Someone wrote in the chat Beatles, and was a good mood. Yeah, of the song. I really liked it.
Thank you.
And beautiful voice, really.
Oh, thank you.
Well said, Mary. So Lonnie and then Roberto.
Hey, great song. I love the guitar tone. The only problem I have is that I did not play bass on this song. Outside of that, it's a great song. Takes me back to the 70s, which is a great era for music.
Thank you, mate.
Said, man. Well said. Roberto, what's your thoughts before we get to your section, dude?
I loved the vibe of the song. I really loved the 70s, and also the lyrics. The lyrics was really, I really love it. Popped up in my mind when I listened to the lyrics. The show must go on. So yeah, I really love it, and I love the strumming on the guitar and the harmonization.
Thank you.
Well said. Well, Mr. Roper, Mr. Redave, love you to bits, brother. What was the name of the band that was successful when you were in years ago? What was the name of it? You've been promoting it recently.
Well, the most successful one was the band I joined after Clam. It was called Backlash.
Backlash, yeah, man. Honestly, check Backlash out. He's got a great history, and he'll let us see little bits of it every now and again. Redave, everyone. Until the next time. Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
Your pleasure. So coming up next from Italy, we've got Roberto Di Simone, and I believe he's part of a band called Vibe Alchemy. But I'll let him introduce himself. And what's the story behind your song Boardwalk? Introduce yourself and what's the story behind that track, please?
Okay.
Roberto?
Yeah, it's it's De Simone, not Simone. My last name.
No okay, I've got you.
Yeah, Vibe Alchemy is the name of the channel on YouTube I have with my wife, and I've been a musician for 30 years. I'm a guitar player. I played in a various and different band, from acoustic to progressive rock, metal, and this project. We decided to start the channels to promote my music, but also to give a sort of, let's say, inspiration to the people. So the video is not a professional video. It's just me playing the guitar. So.
Well, I just know it's going to blow. It's going to blow people's minds. You're absolutely world class, Roberto. I don't want to introduce your name wrong. Roberto Di Simone with Boardwalk. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy, and you will. Wow. Just wow, 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 wow. I want to see all the
That's
more the
excellent.
two. Let's go with Tim, Steve, and then Dave. I'd like to see what the elder, not the elder, the middle-aged gentleman in the family would like to say first. Tim, Steve, and then with Dave, and we'll get a few people to speak here because everybody probably wants to say something. That was just amazing. Tim?
Yeah, Roberto. I mean, what can I say about that guitar playing? That was just out of this stratosphere. That was just completely awesome and very, very well fitting to what the vibe of the song was. I know a lot of great guitar players, but sometimes they put in stuff that just doesn't fit in a song or whatever. Yours was very much flowed with what was going on. And I seen behind you your recording software on the computer screen. I was curious at what software your DAW was, what your drum and your guitar amplifier simulator was.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm using Pro Tools as a DAW. And in this song, I use the MT Power Drum Kit. It's a free software for the drum machine. I played the bass, so the bass is a real bass, but I use a plugin. If I remember well, it was a simulation of an Ampeg amplification. And for the guitar, actually this guitar is reamped. I use my Mesa Boogie single rectifier.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's a great amp, but
yes,
in the video you can see the emulation of the triple rectifier by IK Multimedia.
Okay, thank you. Like I said, that was awesome. Congrats.
Well said, well said. Steve, then Dave, then Chris, and so, Mr. Andrews.
Well, what I thought about it was simply this: just top class guitar playing. Amazing.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well said, well said. Nice and fast, Steve. Nice one. Dave, then Chris, and so, then Darman. If you put your hand up, you will be thingied. Sorry.
Absolutely love the sound, Roberto. I mean, you really encapsulated that heavy metal backing really, really soundly. And your lead guitar playing, I've only seen one player who I think would be envious of you playing. I mean, by the way, he's a Dutchman called Leif de Leeuw. And if you ever get a chance, look up Leif, L-E-I-F, de Leeuw. But anyway, what a fantastic lead and excellent. Thanks. I don't know how many times you had to record that, but it looked all so genuine. Absolutely great. Well done.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Let's go. Chris and so, how are you guys? What's your thoughts in France?
Hello. Hello.
Very quiet. We can't hear.
Unmute. Video.
Just closer would be fine.
Oh.
Welcome, Anita. Hi, Chris and so. Try again. That'll be better now. We just couldn't hear you talking there, dear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you better now.
Well done. It's very impressive. I think we can hear all your experience while playing the guitar. And we had a question. What are your plans in the future?
My plan in the future. Oh, okay. For sure, I want to grow our channel on YouTube and continue to do music. I have some songs for the next album, which I probably will start recording at the end of this year. And we have a lot of work to do, but we are happy to do it. And as a musician, I found myself I can say reborn, because I spent years to write music and put a lot of effort in bands. And now I'm feeling like I'm taking care of myself first. So the music I want to play, the music I want to do.
Right, you're world class. I think like Joe Satriani and Stevie Vai and stuff like that when I'm watching you, bro. It's like it's the same level, dude. Honestly. Good question, Chris, and so well said. We need to go Darman, Mark, then our next guest, Evie Zamora. You can have something to say before we get to your section. Darman?
Yeah, thanks. I'd just like to say, you sort of almost self-criticized in the beginning about your video. The point is, you're authentically a master of your craft, right? People want to see a genuine master at work. So my advice would be, forget about clever videos, put the camera on your playing, because it's really authentic. That's going to sell your product, which is the quality of the sound, which is, as I said, pro world class, all the accolades that everybody else has said. So even if you were to have videos in other locations, the camera should be on you or on your guitar, because you're that good. The mix is excellent as well, by the way.
Thank you.
Well said, brother. Sorry, I wish I could get around every day here. We just won't be able to. Mark, and then Evie quickly. Mark, what's your thoughts here, brother?
Let me just sum it up like this. Yeah, my mind was blown watching you play, and you were I mean, you were just into it, but it just looked so effortless. So I'm so impressed. Way to go. It's really fun to listen to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well said. Miss Evie Zamora in Toronto, what's your thoughts before we get to your section, dear?
Yeah, Roberto, I thought super energetic, which is great. And I always love it when someone can make an electric sing. So I really, really like that.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. And I'm sure everybody will be checking you out. A wonderful addition to the show. Nobody knew you were coming, and I just thought to surprise people. You're absolutely world class. Honor to have you here. Roberto Di Simoy, until the next time, dude. Yeah.
Thanks.
One love, brother. One love. So coming up next from Toronto in Canada, we've got a lady that goes by the name of Evie Zamora. Could you unmute yourself and introduce yourself and explain the story behind your song Out of Focus?
Yeah, so before I get into that, I always have a really hard time choosing a song to like do something like this, because I feel like I make actually a wide variety of genres, which I've been told many times to not do and to stick with one very particular, and I just can't and I won't. But anyways, for this specific song, it's more of like a stripped down, just like acoustic, tried to keep it very organic, and lyrically, I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but in reality, it's just a chapter where it feels like a lot of doors are closing, and like you just it's kind of like a deeper song. It's just, yeah, so let's just give it a listen.
Oh, it's fantastic. Everybody's going to love you. Evie Zamora with her track Out of Focus. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Don't awake the fear in me. Yeah, it gets so loud, denying insecurity. You let me down, so why am I the casualty? My lullaby, I'll sing to you. Baby, tell me why is this goodbye? Don't go too soon. Don't go too soon. So who am I now when everything I am is broken? Who am I now when every single door is closing? How do I stand? How do I keep on hoping? Is this the end? focus. Oh, as I go out of focus. As I go out of focus. Reach out my hand, but you let me fall. See you again in another land. This can't be all. So who am I now when everything I am is broken? Who am I now when every single door is closing? How do I stand? How do I keep on hoping? Is this the end? Just know that you're the one I had chosen. As I go out of focus.
Short and sweet, perfect track. Absolutely.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Honestly, it's just wonderful. So, Isabella, you're the next guest, so I'll let you compliment last, and I'll try and get people who's not spoke yet. Like Renita, what was your thoughts here, dear? Renita, then Acton, then VB. Renita, what was your thoughts here, dear?
Good morning. It was beautiful. Love it. And don't be afraid of, like you said, this girl was mentioning about doing multi-genre. I also do multi-genre. And just keep on writing, write whatever you want to write. And, and no, it was absolutely beautiful. Loved it.
Thank you so much. And I couldn't, I totally agree with you. And I see your fellow Canadian.
Yes, I'm in Lethbridge, and you're in. We should message me. Maybe we could write together or something. I write so much. That's all I
Sure,
do.
would love to. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
We've got a few Canadians in the show tonight. There's another gentleman coming. He's very, very high level, Rich Chambers. I think that's it from Camp. No, there's someone from Vancouver Island, Swilly as well. So we've got another 2 Canadians coming. But let's hear what Mr. Acton, a friend of mine in Malawi. What's your thoughts, brother? You enjoy that song? Acton?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is probably the best. My sister, you were on point. You are just reminding me some old vibes on DSTV, you know. I just attracted and carried away by this message in this song. You are so much fantastic.
Well,
thank you so much. Thanks.
Well said,
Yes.
Dave, well said. VB and then Roberto. VB and Roberto.
Yeah, really good song. You have as well a super amazing vocal. I think especially for many genres, the voice is quite good. So definitely you should indeed make music in different genres.
Thank you. Yeah, no, you gotta keep it mixing it up. It keeps it fresh on your toes. You gotta keep surprising yourself, right? Or else you get bored.
Well said. Well said. Well said. So Roberto, then Mary, then Lonnie. Roberto.
Great vocals. I really like your voice, and yeah, I like the song. I have a question. Why you decided not to put a drum machine in sometimes during the song?
So this was a drumless song.
Yeah.
So that was like a big point, if that makes sense. Because sometimes I do that, like that's what I'm saying. A lot of my songs are very like a lot of them will be very drum like reliant for the rhythm, right? And I like to bounce around, but this was the point. Like that's what I kind of like to do, right? Is play around.
Okay.
Thank you
Well
though.
said. Well said. Let's go Mary, then Lonnie. Lonnie's been trying to speak the last twice. So Mary, then Lonnie, then Katja, then Darman, and then Isabella if we've got time. That should be perfect. So Mary.
Timora, you have a fantastic voice. Well, like everyone said. And I was wondering why you say that the genres are a problem for you. I was thinking, I don't know, what are the genres you do? Why?
What other genres? I would say a lot of R&B, big on that, or anything that's got like, you know, like Usher, just the way they kind of bounce like around on the beat. And I kind of do that with anything, no matter what the genre. Like I feel like even this song, it's slow, but I kind of write that way. And then pop, like a lot of pop. I don't hate on pop. I love pop music. But then I'll play even within that, because pop music is broad, maybe like a little 80s flair on one song. Like I just kind of play. I'll write to whatever I like, basically.
Okay. Okay. I think you're fine. I mean, there are people like me that have this mess inside, so don't worry at all. And I mean, music, you know, I think that when you say that you love many genres, I think that this confirms that you're first a great listener, and that this means a lot. I mean, for me, my opinion. And so you listen to lots of music, and I think it's a good thing. It's a good start. I'm sure that in the future you will find your way. But yeah, you have good cards to be fantastic, to do great things.
Well, thank you so much. That
You're
means a
welcome.
lot.
Is the truth.
Thank
Well
you.
said, well said. Lonnie, then Katja.
Hey, you have a beautiful singing voice. As far as the genres, you know, you got to make music to make you happy, because if you can't be happy with it, nobody else is. So great job.
Thank you. You know what it is? Because I think we're all living in the same, like, I think this is relevant to talk about. The genre thing, I think, comes more from like a business perspective of like the algorithms. And that's why, if you've noticed in the music industry, people I feel like are a lot more two-dimensional artists, like, because yeah, Michael Jackson played with the genres, like all the greats did. But I think it's almost like how you get found, that people want to see one formula on repeat. So it's not from the art perspective. But I will throw out the business end any day for the art perspective, because that's why I'm doing this, or else we'd all be in an office.
Exactly.
You know?
Well
exactly.
said. Well said. Katja and Steve Darman. Quickly, we've got a minute and a half this section. Katja, Steve Darman, and then Isabella. Katja?
She and I are twin souled. Who does she remind you of? I am not bound by genre either, and I absolutely appreciate your perspective, because it matches my own. It's all about the sound, not about the algorithm, not about the record industry. It's about our art. It's about blending, and whatever works. You know, I get you 100% there. You and I need to work.
Would love to. And yeah, I agree. So thank you.
You're welcome. Well said, well said. Mr. Andrews, quickly. Mr. Andrews, Darman, then Isabella.
I've got songs in various genres as well. So, you know, I'm the same on that. But what I wanted to say, really, I think everybody else has said it. Your vocals are absolutely outstanding. Amazing vocals.
Thank you so much. It means so much to me. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Darman in Malaysia, Darman.
Yeah, I won't say anything about genres because that's been covered. I'll just say that this is a singer-songwriter type of song. And for me, the vocals, you got an X factor on the vocals. It was authentic. It spoke to me on an emotional level, much more than the other people with good voices. But you were communicating very well and excellent. The vocals were absolutely brilliant and just as good as anything I've heard from a female artist. And I'm a big fan of Alanis Morissette and those type of Sheryl Crow. So yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you very
Well
much.
said. Isabella, what's your thoughts here before we get to your section, dear?
Yeah, it was really nice to hear something different compared to the rest, kind of the genre-wise. Yeah, the photo was quite fitting as well to the dramatic kind of sense and the emotional aspect of the song. So yeah, definitely, it's really nice and quite open in how she's feeling.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well said. I'll detail that what everyone said. Sorry for anyone who never got to chat there. We just went slightly over. Evie Zamora, you're fantastic. Come back, make this show your home and get all your songs written about, featured, and I'll have you an article written within a couple of days for this. So Evie Zamora, until the next time,
Thank
dear.
you so much. Thanks, guys.
Pleasure. So coming up next from Wales, we've got a lady by the name of Isabella Aubin. I hope I'm saying your name right. Could you introduce yourself and the reason why you wrote the song "Mourn the Living"?
Hiya. Yeah, my name is Isabella Orban. You got it right. It's basically I had my heart broken, and I don't know if any, like, some people never go through love, so I'm kind of lucky in that way. But when you get heartbroken, you're literally mourning someone like who's alive, like, and you keep going through the cycle, and it's kind of the aspect of that and the dramatic nature of it, just being in limbo.
Well, it's absolutely brilliant track. If you're not acquainted yet, just get with Isabella Orban. You're gonna love her. "Mourn the Living" by Isabella.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't see it coming. I was the last domino to fall. I hear the dreaded beat drumming, bearing a fool's fate evermore. Who am I to mourn the living? The choice was yours evermore. I weep for you, I find it hard to fathom. It's you who holds the doubt. I dream simply you live in. I hear you by the door again. I go on just living. If I only saw you once more. Who am I to mourn the living? Your choice was yours evermore, unforgiven. Are we for you no more? I find it hard to fathom. It's you holding the door. It's you holding the door. I dream of you evermore. Who am I to mourn the living? I chose was yours evermore. Are we for you no more? I find it hard to fathom. It's you holding the door. You hold my door so tight. Hold the door on me tonight. Yeah. Let me. Who am I to mourn the living? The choice was yours, how unforgiving. Are we for you no more? As you hold the door.
Just wow. Wow. Absolutely wonderful. I think Darman, I think you've got a little bit of background noise. As soon as your camera goes on, it makes a little echo. I don't know what it is, brother. So you can go first because I'm sure it's coming for you. And the next two guests are Chris and So and Lonnie, right? So Darman, what's your thoughts here, brother?
First of all, I'm a fellow Welsh person. Sorry. Yeah, I thought I'm going to say less is more sometimes. I love the bass. That double bass is brilliant. The piano in the background, the percussion, the clicks, and then your voice is just floating over, almost making love to the music. And as an art, what you've done to me as an artist is you took me to somewhere else where I'm watching you on the stage. I've got a cigar, I got a whiskey, and I'm watching that performance. You sort of took me from where I am to somewhere else, and that's what art is all about. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Roberto, Dave, then Steve.
Um, your voice is amazing. Excuse me. I love.
Chris and so your background. Yeah. Sorry, Roberto, on you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. It's Chris and so's background. You're making it's a lot of echo in the background of Chris and so. On you go, Roberto. Yeah, sorry, brother.
Okay. I love your voice. It's really amazing. It reminds me a little bit of Macy Gray, maybe. And I love the deepness, the rich tone, and so the music really it fit everything very good together. And yeah, it was really emotional and full.
Thank you.
Well said, dude. Well said. Dave and then Steve.
Yeah, Isabella, I have to agree with what everybody has said. The quality in your voice, and that it's a kind of what's the word I want? Sort of loose feeling to your vocal cords. You just slide over the notes, and it's got such emotion in it. I could feel the tingles going down my spine. It was really, really emotional. Loved it.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well said, dude. Well said. Steve then, Mary.
Isabella, like everybody has said, your voice was absolutely amazing. I was knocked out by it. It was up there with Amy Winehouse. I was thinking of Amy, and
right behind me, the vinyl.
Yeah, it's jazzy, it's soulful, it's passionate, it's got feeling in it. And as Darmin was saying, it took him somewhere else, and that's because of that power in it. It was absolutely beautiful. And I just wanted to say yet another. I'm from Wales as well, and as you can see, I've got my Welsh dragon on my cap here. So we've had Red Dave. Dave is ex of Cardiff. We've had Darmin from the Welsh Valleys, and we've got me and you. So we've got a real Welsh connection here, which is also great. Anyway, absolutely loved your song.
Well said. And I'm only about 30 miles from the Wales border here as well. So Mary and then VB.
Really fantastic. And in particular, I think that I love your way of interpreting, of singing, and you interpret, and how it's like you talk to the audience, exactly how Ride was saying. And this is, I think this is one of a kind, and it reminds me lots of great singers that made and still make the history of music, and this is really wonderful. Yeah, very particular how you interpret and how you sing. It's really personal.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a great talent you have.
Thank you. It must be means a load.
Well said. VB, then Renita.
Yeah, really good song. I really liked the relaxing jazz soul vibes, especially your vocals. Really a good match with indeed the soul and jazz vibes. Indeed, what people already said before, it really takes you away. Indeed, it gives you the feeling that you are sitting like somewhere in a lounge with indeed a nice whiskey or something. Really, I loved it.
Thank you.
Well said. Renita, then Mark, Alain.
Yes, good morning. Isabella, yeah, it was beautiful. It's smooth and sultry, kind of a nightclub kind of feel. Yes, it was excellent. Loved it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Alain, and then Lonnie, sorry.
Isabella, I put it in the chat. I love how you lean into that style. It seems very natural. It's very authentic. It's beautiful. I mean, I could listen to that kind of music all day. Put me into one of my favorite movies of all time was True Lies. And that one scene, the sexy scene in there, and they got they got a song going on there, and it kind of put me in that particular scene in that movie. It was just spectacular. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Lonnie, I'd like to welcome Heston and Rich to the show, by the way. Lonnie, then Evie, and then our next guest, Chris and So. So, Lonnie, what's your thoughts here, brother?
Your vocals were very calming. That would be something I would listen to if I was worked up, because you've got a way of bringing it down, and I really enjoyed that. Your voice is sultry, and like people have said, I'll compare your voice to a very good whiskey.
Definitely about that quite a lot.
Honestly, amazing. World class. Evie, Zamora, then our next guest, Chris and So, if you'd like to say something as well.
Yeah, no, I really liked it, and very smooth vocal. You just slide through the notes. And I was gonna say the Amy Winehouse thing too. It was the first thing that but not in like in a great way. I love Amy Winehouse. She's incredible, and you like the way you just so effortlessly sing. But I'm not surprised because I could hear it in your speaking voice, to be perfectly honest. So really, really good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Well said, well said, well said. Over in France, Chris and So, what's your thoughts here, guys?
Honestly, you have a beautiful jazzy voice and you have one voice and very accurate, and you can feel a lot of emotion and sincerity, and you love your song. Right?
We can't hear anything. You need to speak up, dear. We can't hear anything you say. It's very, very quiet.
Do you hear me a bit louder now? Or is it...
A little bit. Just, I don't know what, you must have a poor mic. I don't know what microphone's connected. But we'll come back to you in a second. We really can't hear it. So we'll get to your section in a second. So Isabella Aubin from Wales, you're absolutely fantastic. Thanks for coming here. This is us a quarter of the way through the show, so stay around as long as you can. And thanks for coming. It's a pleasure. Till the next time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to stop the recording here every hour. I'm going to stop it. It's going to be a 4-hour show. We've got 12-minute sections. So I'll just stop it and then I'll start it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Hi, and welcome back to the 2020 podcast, episode 3. Coming up next from France, we've got Chris and So. Could you introduce yourselves, and why did you write the song Face à Lou? I think I say it right.
Yes, yes. Do you hear me better or not? Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So hello, we are Chris and So, and this song is Face à Lui, and it's a song about autism and the relation they had with every autistic people around them. And the aim of this song is to change the way autistic people are seen.
Oh, it's a wonderful track. Wonderful couple. What do you hear this track, ladies and gentlemen? One love. Enjoy.
Ce bâton flamboyant qui tournoie, ce regard si perçant dans lequel je me noie, ces balancements réguliers rythment mon émoi, mon émoi. Différent, vulnérable, si éloigné de moi, mais tellement attachant, il est dans sa bulle, il est le plus clair de son temps. Dans sa bulle, il reste, dans sa bulle. Il n'a pas de mots pour s'exprimer. Il fait comme il veut, je tente de décoder son sourire, ses mimiques, son comportement inadapté. Je suis là à côté de celui qui m'a tant appris ce qu'il est et ce que je suis. Sur ce que je suis. Comme moi, il est tellement vrai, sans filtre qu'il interroge. Ça ne pas voir la panique autour de lui. Nous ne rejetons pas les mêmes codes, juste pas les mêmes normes. Nous ne rejetons pas les mêmes codes, juste pas les mêmes normes. Mais nous avons la même envie, la même envie. Je suis face à lui, j'ai peur de lui. Je suis face à lui, bouleversement dans nos vies. Je suis face à lui, j'ai peur de lui. Je suis face à lui. Je suis proche de lui. J'ai juste pris le temps d'être avec lui. Je prends le temps d'être proche de lui. Pas les mêmes codes, pas les mêmes noms. On ne se comprend pas. Je suis face à lui. Je suis avec lui. Pas les mêmes codes, pas les mêmes noms. On ne se comprend pas, je suis. J'ai juste appris à être avec lui. À lui. Pas les mêmes codes, pas les mêmes noms. Je suis avec lui. Je suis face à lui.
Merci. Absolutely wonderful. My camera again. Need to fix that. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful music. Love it. Even though it's, I can't understand it. I love that track. I'd like the new entrants to the room to say something first. Mr. Chambers, then Mr. Cleveland. Rich.
Thanks, Sparky. I remember listening to your guys' song a few weeks back, and this one had this hit me the same way. There's something about your music that has a very mesmerizing quality to it, in a very good way. And the visuals were stunning. Like the kids facing each other on the beach, or the young people facing each other on the beach. It really had my mind churning. I mean, very thought-provoking video. Like Sparky, I wish I spoke French. Damn, I want to know what you're saying. But I really, really loved it. I mean, great job. Keep it up.
Well said. Well said. Heston, and then we'll give the ladies a round. Heston, and then Isabella.
Thank you for having me. I apologize for tuning in late. I'm impressed with all the artists I've heard. This podcast is Sparky. I got to give it to you, man. This is a great idea. Thank you for sharing your videos. Like I said, I don't speak French, but it was good enough where it captivated me and I was still able to enjoy it. From what I heard, the melody and the lyrics, you know, the visual, it was really good. It was really put together nicely. I enjoyed it.
Well said, Heston. Let's get your mom on next week, brother.
Yeah, you know, I promised to do that. You know, we just released a new video. It's still, the music will be on all platforms Monday. So
let's get her on the show next week, dude, right? Because Heston's mum was a serious, she's part of serious bands like 20, 30 years ago, and she's just coming out in musical retirement. And she's a fair old age, but she's still beautiful, and she's got a mega voice. But we need to get around. We've only got 12 minutes each here, Heston. So
yes,
we'll talk more in a minute.
sir, yes.
No, you're all right, brother. Isabella, Renita, all the ladies, and then Roberto. So Isabella, then Renita first. Okay.
Again, I don't know French, but I like the beat of it, and the video is very captivating. It just keeps you there listening to it, really. But yeah, it's definitely different because not many people, like artists, make songs about that, in all honesty. So yeah, it's definitely realistic and yeah, different. Quite like that.
Well said, well said. So just so you know, the next two guests are Lonnie and then Rich, just at the moment. So Renita, Katja.
Yes, God, it was beautiful. I do not speak French. My children do, and I wasn't. I could have woke my son up and he could have translated, but he might not like me because he worked nights. Anyways, yeah, it was beautiful. I love the video. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well said, dear. Well said. So Katja, then Roberto. We'll get into as many people as we can in the next 3 minutes. Katja, then Roberto.
Well, actually, I do have 4 years of high school French. Très magnifique. Absolutely. The language barrier is no barrier. It was unique. It was captivating. It just drew me in, and I'm actually going to watch it over and over again. I fell into this song, and absolutely cannot say enough good things.
Well, thank you
Oh,
very
that's
much. And if you want, there's the translation in the description of the song if you want the lyrics.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Well, all-
These are just wonderful. So let's go now. I don't want to be rude and miss any females here. Let's go. Roberto, then Tim Consley's not said enough. He's the global director here. Roberto, Tim, Steve, next three, please.
I really loved how the two voices interact together and with the song, of course. And my French is quite rusty, and I would love to listen to read the lyrics on the description of your video. I like also the beat of the song. Really a great song.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Mm.
Well said, well said. And can I just rejig the order a little bit, Rich, if you don't mind, because Tim and Lonnie were both in the same. They've both been in the same bands through the years, and they know each other very well. So I'd like to go Lonnie, then Tim, then you, Rich, for the next three guests, so that they can both make sure they're in the room for the same. Right. So Mr. Consley, Mr. Andrews, and then we'll see who else we've got. A minute left to the next one. Tim.
Yeah, Chris, and so I really enjoyed that track. Though I don't speak French myself, I will definitely go back and read through the description and read through the translation of it. But the music quality was just excellent. I loved the beat of it. I just loved the feel of it, and the video was great. So really good job on that. I liked that a lot.
Thank you.
Merci,
Thank you.
Tim Consley.
Merci
Well
beaucoup.
said. Well said. Mr. Greenbeard, and then our next guest, Lonnie. So we'll go for that.
I agreed with what Heston said. It doesn't matter whether you understood French or not. The quality of the song, the music, it came over. It was a great production and a really great video. It was a really interesting video, and it just all worked together. So it didn't matter whether it was French. You could still really appreciate it, which I did.
Well said, dude. Well
Thank
said.
you. Thank you.
So Lonnie, what's your thoughts before we get to your section, brother?
Okay. Well, I was very captivated by the video. I like water. It was right there on the beach. I like the glow in the dark. I don't know what that was. I don't speak French, but I enjoyed the back and forth between the male and the female voices.
Okay,
Thanks.
Yeah, these are just perfect for each other, and they do some really wicked blues tunes and stuff like that as well. You really have to check them out. Again, your name is hard to find sometimes. If you're searching for them, it's Chris and So, all one word. That's how the best way to find. It's not the easiest name to find. You might have to look. So maybe you can make a Chris and So duo or something. I don't know, something that's more like easier to find. That's all I think, because I tried to find you on Spotify the first time. I couldn't find. The second time I found, but the first time I couldn't. So until the next time, Chris and So, we love you here. Bum, 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 bum. Until the next time.
Thanks. And
Pleasure, guys. So coming up next from Ohio, we've got Lonnie. He's going to introduce a track from his band, Blackjack Symphony. Could you introduce yourself, Lonnie, and tell us the story behind your song Experiment?
Yes. My name is Lonnie Kincaid. My stage name is Keevers to match Matt. Matt is the guitar / singer. I play bass. The song Experiment is a very funny title, because when Matt wrote the guitar line, he sent it to me and it said, I think he was trying to write experimental, and but only Experiment came out. So I made a joke. The song's called Experiment. So lo and behold, he wrote some lyrics. It's about Medusa, as it were, the lady with the snakes on her head, and
Honey to Stone, if you look at her. Yeah, that one.
yeah, and she's on the album cover, and this is the title track. I play bass and I sing backing vocals.
And you're also a friend of my best friend in the world, Mr. Tim Consley, which we can
Yes.
talk about in a minute. But let's get acquainted with your music. This is the most diverse show. He was worried about putting his track on here because it's heavy metal. Hey, it's absolutely brilliant, Lonnie. Let's go. If you're not acquainted, let's get acquainted. Experiment by Lonnie Kincaid and his band.
Blackjack Symphony.
Blackjack Symphony, ladies and gentlemen.
So close, yet far away, and I can't speak her name. Will be, don't gaze upon her stone cold eyes. Sleep with one eye open, speak, don't see her name. Wait, can't touch me, pray your eyes don't meet. See me, fear me, listen when I speak. Just fix upon my gaze and hear you'll stay. Don't close your eyes and see. Won't live today, just pray. You've lost your soul and nothing else. And I will find you after your last breath. I swear you pay, I'll take your life away. Hear me, should fear me, trust me when I speak. I've said enough to send you back to
Absolutely wonderful track. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent.
I need to quiet any background noises. That's all right. Okay. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, what's your thoughts there? We'll start with Mr. Steve Andrews, and Tim, you're up next, so you can have the last compliment. Steve, Rich, then Mark Alloway. Steve?
I thought top production, absolutely great sound, atmospheric, very atmospheric. And as I said, top production there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Mr. Chambers, and then Mr. Alloway.
Lonnie, great stuff. One of the things that's my critiques of a lot of metal is that there's so many amazing musicians that play heavy metal. And what you guys did was everything was arranged to complement the song, which was a well-written song. The harmonic guitars in the solo, instead of flashing gazillion speed hand things going, you just crafted 2 harmonic guitar solos that really, really complemented the song. And killer vocals in the chorus, and well-written chorus, by the way, like really, really culminates well in the chorus. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, Matt is a great guitar player.
Yeah, you can hear it for sure. And tasteful, like kudos to him for being tasteful. Sometimes less is more. It complements the song really well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna make sure he gets when this is finished, I'll make sure he couldn't be here today, unfortunately. Something that is, I did this bass track in one take, which anybody knows me, like Tim will tell you, once it starts recording, I'm messing up. I could know the song forward and backwards, but once it starts recording, I don't know why, I just start messing up. But this song I did in one take.
Very good.
Well said, dude. Mr. Alloway, did you say something there?
I didn't say anything yet.
I thought you were next, yeah.
I'll tell you, as I'm sitting there listening, I'm going, man, the instruments are so good. Oh, I love this particular instrument. I love the dueling guitar feel there, that complementary guitar feel there. It was amazing. Then the vocals came in. It's like, oh, wow, I really love the vocals. And then the background vocals came in. It's like, oh, my goodness, it all just kind of came together so well. Really a fun track to listen to. Metal's not my thing, but I really liked that a lot. I mean, a lot. And I could listen to that some more. Yeah, way to go. Great track.
Thank you. Metal's really not my thing anymore either. I grew up listening to Iron Maiden and Kiss, of course, but anymore I'm listening to funk and you know, stuff from the 70s.
Yeah, I get it. Yep. Awesome.
Well said, dude. Well said. So because your song was a long one, we've only got probably another 3 compliments here. Roberto, VB, and then Mr. Consley. It's the time here. Roberto?
I really like the song, and yeah, the bass is amazing. The bass line it's great. It gives a lot of movement, of dynamics on the song. And wow, you recorded the song in one take, so
yes,
that's quite impressive. Yeah, I really loved your bass line. The voice, the singer reminds me a little bit of Bruce Dickinson.
We get that a lot.
Yeah.
That we sound like Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I love the song. Really good song.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you know something? Tim said that to me in a message today. He said something, the same gentleman's name that one of the artists in your band gets referred to as that name. I forget it now. VB and then Tim Consley. Sorry, I was slaving there. VB.
Yeah, super energetic song. I really liked it, and as well there's a part of it with like a bit of vocals goes like I really like that part. Super cool.
Thank you.
Well said. Mr. Consley, who's played together with Lonnie, what's your thoughts there, brother?
Bro, first off, you know I love you, man.
I love you too, bro.
We played music for almost 17 years. I had a band, he had a band. I was Christian rock, he was Christian metal. And we ended up on the same stage together. And we played a lot of shows, my band and his band together.
Right.
Then he filled in for us with our band on bass a couple of times. And then we merged with them, and it just ended up, we just been playing music together for a lot of years. And I'll tell you one thing about Lonnie, he is one of the greatest bass players I've ever had the privilege of playing with.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate
yes.
that.
And yes, as far as Matt goes, I know he's been referred to in reviews and stuff as being Bruce Dickinson sounding singer. And he is a great guitar player. And I'm going to end with this. I would encourage all of you to go and find the album Experime and listen to all the tracks on it. I absolutely love it. I'm not normally a metal guy myself, but I absolutely love the whole album.
Well,
thank you, my brother.
Well said, Tim and Lonnie. It's a pleasure to meet you, dude. And let's make this the start of a long-term friendship. I hear you've got tons and tons of tracks. Let's come and get them all featured and get articles written for them all. And any friend of Tim is a brother, and not just mine, but many people in this family.
Me too. Any friend of Tim is a friend of mine.
Well, you're my brother now. Lonnie from Blackjack Symphony and other things. That's just one of his projects. Till the next time, Lonnie.
Thank you.
Coming up next is your compadre and friend, Tim Consley. Could you introduce yourself and the story behind your song, My Blue GT?
Yes, my name's Tim Consley, and most of you know, I'm a blues rock artist. I write my own songs. I sing my own songs, all vocals. I play all the instruments on all my tracks, record, mix, master. I do everything all myself. And the song My Blue GT is sort of a tribute to the car I had. I don't have it anymore. I had to sell it because I can no longer drive, but I loved it. I had it for 17 years. And it's a song about it and some of the good times me and my wife had in it. And so that's basically what My Blue GT is. It was a 98 Mustang GT. So,
well, brother, you're a multi-instrumentalist, multi-genre artist that does everything in like 24 hours, a start to finish, a full track, all the musical instruments included, and he does it on the basic equipment you can ever imagine, and it's world class. Tim, you're amazing. My Blue GT. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Baby, oh, you look so fine. We're gonna drive and have a real good time. The sun is shining and the sky
The master, Tim Consley.
Bravo.
So, Rich, you're up next.
Oh,
Rich Chambers is just
Tim, my friend, I love you, buddy. That was just plain fun. You know what I love about your music? There's a certain innocence in it. It's like, let's bring back the 1950s with the innocence of it, but yet we're not going to play the 1950s. We're going to put a modern style on it. So I absolutely love it. And, you know, it just evokes these images of cruising down the road with your arm out the window, the shades on, the hat on backwards. And it's a fun song, Tim. Good job. I love it.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that, buddy.
Well said, brother. Well said. Tim, then Katja, then VB. All friends of Tim's already as well.
You said
Steve.
Tim. Who's next?
Steve, sorry, Steve, Katja, then VB. Sorry, I meant to say. I'm sorry, Steve, expecting you to answer to the name Tim. Sorry, brother.
Tim, I've told you before, and I'm telling you again now, that I'm just really impressed with how you manage to do everything. You know, you sing, you write them, you produce them, you play everything on them. And again, you've done it there. And what I was thinking was that there was a time when a song like that could have been a big hit. And I was thinking of, and this is one of the first records I bought, by the way, No Particular Place to Go by Chuck Berry. Now, if Chuck Berry had put your song out at that time in, you know, at that time in history, that would have been a big hit. It had that real, that No Particular Place to Go feel. It was a driving song. It was a rock and roll song, and it had that energy. Fantastic work.
Well said, well said.
Thank you,
Rocking along an automobile. Katja, VB, then Mark.
Well, Tim, not much more I can say to you about how great your music is or your tracks. I adore you, and I'm still looking for backup singers for you. You definitely need backup singers. If nothing else, I'll dawes you some.
I'll have you know that my new album that's getting ready to come out this month, I'm doing a little more backup vocals on that. So,
no, you need women. You need the women. You know,
Christina Marie, he's got a couple lined up. So get in line, ladies. Get in line. There's a queue.
Thank you, Katja. Love you, girl.
Special. VB, Mark, Darman, then Lonnie, and Rich, you're our next guest. So let's go for Roberto as well. Let's go for Mark, Roberto, then Darman. VB, Mark, Roberto, Darman. VB?
Yeah, super fun song. I love the rhythm and the story of the song. It really gives you the feeling that you are in the car, indeed driving on the road. Especially how you build the story in the song, really good. And I loved as well the piano part in it as well.
Thank you. I'm just a so-so piano player, but I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, it was really good.
Thank you.
Honestly, do you know what I would love if someone would give Tim like a week in a real big studio and see what he could do. It would shock you all, by the way. Mark, let's go. Mark, Renita, Roberto, Darman, then Lonnie. That's the next five. Try and be quick, ladies and gentlemen. Mark.
So the first thing that comes to mind is the mix and how well it's put together. So I can actually hear all the parts there, Tim. If you can have a great song and have a poor mix, and you know it's not gonna reflect very well. I tell our sound guys at church all the time, you got to have a good mix because what's going on up there is really good. You got to make it sound good out here. You did an outstanding job with that. It's one of those fun songs, like Rich was saying. You know, I could just I can't do it now because it's 10 degrees outside, but I can see driving my car, you know, with the window down, you know, holding my arm out the window, and it took me back. It took me back to that. So spectacular. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And that's what it was supposed to feel like. It's just driving down the road. I have fond memories with that car. And I wrote about some true places in that mix. Tasty Freeze was a real restaurant we used to go.
Hey, I used to work at Tasty Freeze. We called it Tasty Disease, but that's where we lived, you know. I used to work there. So
put your hand up if you would have liked to have seen Mr. Consley pull up to his church ministry in that car. Put your hand up if you imagine pulling up to do your church ministry in a blue GT with turbos. Oh, you're crazy.
Maybe I could hire you.
I parked my blue GT outside of the church I worked at the time. I
that's
had
what
my
I just
own parking
imagined.
place right in front of the building.
Yeah. Maybe you could write a song about my 1970 VW Beetle.
Right. I know you
I'll
two have
give
got
that
a
a
real
shot.
bromance. I know you two have got a real bromance, but we must move on. There's a time limit in this show now, gentlemen. Renita, Roberto, Darman, and then Lonnie. Renita?
Yes, it was a wonderful song. Totally retro feeling. The first thing I thought of was summertime when it's nice and warm. 80 degrees or above and going down the highway and windows open and blasting it. Yeah, retro sound, excellent. Loved it.
Thank you. Thank
Well
you.
said. Roberto, what's your thoughts here, dude? From one guitar expert to someone who could be an expert, but he just plays around. He doesn't totally put effort. Just, I'm going to write a song today for you, and writes it. And yeah, that's it. So, what's your thoughts, Roberto? Master on the guitar.
It's really an upbeat song, and I'm impressed that you played all the instrument, because I know what it means, compose and playing everything by yourself. So it's really, really great. I love the vibe. It reminds me, of course, a lot of Chuck Berry, but in a talking about the guitar sound, in a modern version of that sound. So I really enjoyed the song.
Thank you so much.
Well said. Darman, then Lonnie.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs of all time, and might be a bit naughty, is my 12-bar rock is Johnny B. Good from Back to the Future. I like that actual version, and that's what that reminded me of. That sort of introduced me to the genre of the 12-bar rock and roll, and I think you're extremely comfortable vocally in this genre. Perfect. And yeah, if someone said, can you recommend me what is 12-bar rock and roll? I say this is what 12-bar rock and roll sounds like. I think it's excellent.
Thank you so much.
Well said. Lonnie, what's your thoughts here before we get to Mr. Rich Chambers section?
Tim, I remember that car. You used to keep it polished, and when I found out you had to sell it, I was heartbroken for you, brother. I'll say it again to you. You are one of the greatest blues singers and blues guitar players that I know. And you're one of the better guitar players that I know, period. You can play anything with ease. I've always been jealous of that you can just play anything like that. And brother, we got to record a song together.
Yes, we do. Yes, absolutely.
Get it done. Get it done. Mr. Tim Consley, you know how much I love you, bro. I don't need to tell you anymore. I even call Tim up sometimes, and when he answers the call, I play Stevie Wonder. I just call to say I love you. And I'm not kidding. I actually do it to him, and he starts to sing it to me, and that's how we start off our 8-hour shifts together. And by the way, may I point out, I was putting the little cursor around his 33 subscribers he's got. There's hundreds of members in our family, and Tim helps you all every day. See if you're not subscribed to Tim Consley, shame on you. Go subscribe to Tim Consley, because he helps you all, right? And he's, hey, 33 subscribers that man has. Beep, shit, build, no way, right? Tim Consley, until the next time, welcome to the show, Mr. Story.
Thank you.
No worries, Tim. So coming up next, one of the best musicians you're ever going to see, from Vancouver, Rich Chambers. Could you introduce yourself, Rich? And what's the story behind Dreams Can Come True?
Quickly, Tim, I had no idea you played piano, Tim. Good job. It's cool. Dreams Can Come True. I wrote this go back to April 2020, and the huge first massive COVID lockdown that hit. And it was a crazy time, as we all remember what was going on. I mean, who knows what was it? You get news reports different all the time. It was all over the place. What is COVID? What's it all about? Is it a killer? Is it not? What is it? And, you know, things are locking down, things are shutting. I remember driving in my, at one point and it looked like an apocalyptic scene from The Walking Dead. There's nobody on the road. I'm the only one driving. And I wanted to write this song to do what I could do. I'm not a health professional or a first responder or anything like that. So just to be a musician, I want to write a song that hopefully will inspire people, give them hope, help them look forward and look ahead. And then I recorded it a couple months later, and it's the first song I ever did completely on my own, producing, mastering, mixing, the whole works. So it's somewhat crude compared to, I feel I've expanded a lot in the last 2 years. And I've got it up on the web, but I've never really promoted it. It's just kind of there. I'm proud of it for what it is, but I saw it more as a stepping stone to what I'm doing right now. We all have to start somewhere. And this was my first foray into doing the whole thing myself. And I hope you like the song. It's got a special place in my heart, although even though I don't promote it, don't really push it like I do my other music.
As the famous line in the 10cc song goes, they won't like it, they'll love it. Rich, you're a gentleman. A pleasure to call you my friend. And
Thank you.
Everybody, if you don't know Rich Chambers, watch the smiles. I'm gonna one love. Rich Chambers, Dreams Can.
And with love, dreams can come true. In these troubled times, we all need a place to go. Somewhere to feel free, to leave behind the pain and sorrow we've come to know. That's where we all want to be. But time keeps moving on and we feel trapped inside, scared by what we may or may not find. And through the edge of darkness, we hear a sound. With lives on the line, our dreams are found. With hope, with love, dreams can come true. With hope, with love, dreams can come true. With hope, with love, dreams they can come true. With hope, with love, and with love, dreams can come true. Dreams can come true. Dreams, they will come true.
Wow, bro, your first blown away. Absolutely wonderful. Excuse my terrible camera. Just wow, just wow, 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 wow.
Thank you.
Let's start with Mr. Story, Mr. Redbeard. Aye, Captain. Mark, then Steve.
Sorry for anyone I've missed. Sorry I'm
Mark.
late, but I will crawl through the list, and I promise you I will like and subscribe to any videos I've missed. But anyway, Mr. Chambers, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Mark.
I've been following your success story quite closely on Facebook. It's nice to see you're swathing a path through rock and roll. That was, I'm kind of used to you doing like fun stuff and like sort of a different kind of style.
Yeah.
But I was deeply, deeply moved by that song.
Thank you.
I mean, that
Thank
shows
you.
another side to you, another tool in your arsenal. It was a very moving song, great video, brilliant images.
Thank you.
You rock. You know I love you.
I love you too, Mark.
Brilliant.
Thank you. It's I got a lot of stuff like that. That's a lot more kind of hardcore and meaningful and deep. But I think as a artist, emerging artist, people don't want to hear a lot of that. They want the light, fluffy stuff to start with. So I got about I got a few albums worth of stuff sitting in the reservoir that I'll start bringing out slowly but surely.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, that's just great that you did that. I mean, I get what you're saying.
Thank
That's
you.
probably why I'm floundering with my dark and depressing music. But yeah, no, brilliant, mate. Well done. Brilliant.
Thank
And it's
you.
good to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you too, Mark.
Well said, well said. Let's try and get a quick full round here, right? Steve, Lonnie, then Mark.
Rich, I thought that was absolutely amazing. I loved that song.
Thank
Something happened, which was also amazing. I was actually thinking of Bruce Springsteen and Land of Hope and Dreams, to be precise, of the song.
And that image came up.
Yeah, and then then the quote came up on screen. And what I was thinking as well is what you actually touched on about, for emerging artists, we got to do stuff that the crowd is going to like. But I was thinking about the fact that Bruce Springsteen, as I'm sure you know, has got this massive following. And like, if he does a song that's a hit, it's the crowd are with him. It's like it becomes like an anthem and a shared experience. And what I was thinking about your song and why I thought of Bruce Springsteen was that your song has got that kind of power. It's got that anthemic power.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Steve.
It's just emotional. It's just feeling there. And if you were as big as Bruce is, and you had the public that know your songs, they would be there with you on that song. Beautiful, beautiful song you got there.
Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you.
Steve or Rich, do you know what the what Bruce Springsteen's nickname is?
The Boss.
Ah, son of a
There
mug.
it is.
Kirsty might be that just to be rude. Right, let's go here. Lonnie, then Mark, then Roberto. That's okay.
Excuse me. That was an anthem. And I really liked the Amazing Grace part at the end. What language was that?
It's Cherokee. It's Native American Indigenous Indian Cherokee.
Okay, that was wonderful. The whole song was refreshing. That because in the world we live in today, unfortunately, not a lot of people would care about other people.
Yeah, COVID was an eye opener for all of us, and that's sort of where the inspiration behind that came. Yeah, it was. The last 2 years have been crazy, no question. And with things the way they are looking in Europe with the Ukraine, it's a crazy world at the moment. I think we could use as much inspiration and hope as possible.
You certainly provided that.
As much positivity and love as we can all spread, it's going to help. Well said, Lonnie. Mark, then Roberto, then Tim. And Renita, you're the next guest. So Mr. Alabine, then Roberto.
So the world needs more songs like this, Rich.
Thanks,
more
Mark. Thank
songs
you.
of hope. Yeah. And when you broke it, so when the song ended, but then went into the Amazing Grace with the Cherokee.
Yeah.
Not only was it familiar, but then you moved into the touching part by including a Native American. My great grandmother was Cherokee, so that's
cool.
Near and dear to my heart. And I don't know the Cherokee language. I only know a few words here and there, but that just spoke to me. It's a beautiful language. And I think you tied it in. And by the way, that's your first time putting all that together. Hats off, dude.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, thanks, Mark. I appreciate that because I touched upon the video itself. It's very low budget. It's just putting in a lot of the time and effort to research who's doing what. I really want to be as inclusive as possible to touch upon many different struggles with many different people, many different cultures and ethnic backgrounds, and to kind of let the idea know that we're all one family when you get down to it. Who gives a shit about the color of your skin or your background or where you come from? We're all one family. I think we should look at that more frequently and more often.
Right on. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thanks, Mark.
Exactly. Well
Appreciate
said. I mean, when you even talk about accents, it's not about accents. Doesn't make you different either, because like a Chinese man can be brought up in Glasgow and he talks like me. you know, and it's like we are all one. You get brought up in areas of the world with dialects and all the rest of it, but you better believe we're all one. All the people are exactly the same. Well said. We need to be quick here because we're running over, but Rich, you can have a double section because you know I love you.
Thanks,
Roberto, then Tim, then VB, then our next guest is Renita. So
Well,
Roberto.
I was deeply moved listening to the song. You did a really great job, and the
Thank you,
video
Roberto.
was inspirational. And I think we need some hope and positive vibes and message like you channeled into this song. And
Thank you.
I really liked also the ending, Amazing Grace in Cherokee together, like we are one word basically. So I really great man. Really
Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate it.
Well
Thank you
said,
very much.
Well said, Roberto. And check out the rest of Richie's stuff. And Rich, you missed Roberto tonight. He's a world-class guitarist, but you'll see the full show when it's in the link for the article, so you can catch up in it. But just world-class, what you missed earlier. Tim, VB, and Mr. Acton's want to say something quickly as well. So Tim, VB, Mr. Acton, then our next guest is Renita. Tim?
So what an impression from the rock and roll reimagined guy. That was just, all I can say, that was heart gripping.
Thank you, Tim.
It really was. I mean, from the song, from the song itself to the video and everything, man, you brought it together and you put out a powerful message. If what you were putting out was we're all one, that's exactly the message that was received. I mean,
Thank you.
It was just that powerful. My hat's off to you, brother.
Thank you, Tim. Well, we all have dreams. No matter where you come from on this planet, everybody dreams. And that's, our dreams unify us. There's no question.
Many people dream of changing the world for the better. And everybody wonders, why doesn't it? And all the rest of it. Everybody's too naive. Stop watching your television, stop reading your newspapers and find out what's really happening in the world. Because they think it's brainwashy. And I can get really serious about this, but it's a music show.
If anything,
VB,
Sparky, like that
I
video.
tell the truth all the time, bro.
Sorry, go ahead.
I say I tell the truth all the time. I know you're going to agree with me, but I don't lie. I can't lie. It's impossible. VB and then Renita. VB.
Yeah, really good song, really good message as well. With the pictures of the pictures really make the message stand out. And I think as well the outro of the song was quite epic.
Thank you, VB. Much appreciated.
World class. VB does EDM music, Rich, and he's world class EDM artist. We've got two EDM artists tonight, Katja and VB, and we might finish the show with they two, but we might. If anyone looks tired, I'm going to put them on to wake you all up a bit. So, well said, VB. Renita, what was your thoughts before we get to your section, dear? Renita, also in Canada.
Yes, it was really interesting. Very good. I love the whole feel of the song, and I love the video also, and the whole idea of it being. It reminded me of everybody saying Bruce Springsteen. It reminded me. I heard the first lick going in there, and the vocals, Tom Petty. That's
I get that a fair amount.
I didn't think of Bruce Springsteen. I thought of Tom Petty, and that was my.
Thank you, Rita. I get Tom Petty, Springsteen, Bryan Adams. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I don't really see the Bryan Adams right away. Like I said, Tom Petty, and great video because it has to do with human frailty and exactly people with dreams and the quotes and everything. That was great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
Well
welcome. And
said.
thank you. Thank you to all of you. Very
Well
nice
said,
feedback.
everyone.
I
And
appreciate it.
Rich Chambers, until the next time, brother. We need to get you. I know you done a live performance a few weeks back, but now we've got a new podcast called The Open Mic every Sunday at the same time. So there's 10 slots available. They're all taken tomorrow, but any Sunday, if you're free, come in and just rock it. Rich Chambers, till the next time, everybody. One love, bro. You're the best. So coming
Thanks,
up
Sparky.
also from Canada, Renita Zintel. Could you introduce yourself and the story behind your track Black Dawn.
Okay, yes, I'm multi-genre. It's funny that you're putting out Black Dawn because I should have let people know that if they go to my other my other site, it's just Renita Zintel by Spotify. I haven't got very many people on there because I've done so much with Fate Will Come. But I have actually I have a blues song that's going to be released that I wrote quite a while ago to radio here in Canada. It's called Sinner. So and I'm also nominated for a bunch of awards, International Red Carpet Awards for my blues, my rock, cover songs. Yeah, so I got a lot going on, and I also write with the guy from the UK. So I just finished the song with him.
Nice.
Oh
Renita,
God, yeah. Now,
Renita,
Black
you're due.
Dawn,
Yeah, on you go, sorry, dear.
pardon?
I said on you go. I'm sorry, dear. I'm sorry. On you go. Continue. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I wrote Black Dawn. The guy that I work with when my blues in my hard rock project, 3 guys I work with out of the US. Matt, a guy, he lives in Connecticut. He sends me tracks with no names. So he sent me this track called Black Dawn, and I just brainstormed and thought, okay, I just did it as a fun song, wrote the lyrics and the vocals. It's just about dragons and knights and saving saving fair ladies from it's just done for fun.
It's a wonderful track, Renita. And what I was saying there when I butted in rudely was you're due a few podcast appearances. You only come and done 1 or 2, and you know you've been busy. So come on the next week, and as soon as that blues track's out, straight on the first Saturday and shows all it. So let's get this track into us. Renita Zintel with Black Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy. One love.
There's a faraway land where dragons breathe. God fights evil in the field. Black dawn rising over the sky. Bring a torch and hold it high.
Renita. Absolutely wonderful.
Well
Fantastic.
done, nice job.
Well said, well said. Let's go with the only man with his hand up. Lonnie, what was your thoughts here first? Lonnie and then Roberto.
Wow, you've just done the late great Ronnie James Dio proud. He would have, if he was still alive, I could see him singing that song. And your voice is just as, I guess, for lack of a better word, majestic as his. I'm very impressed. I love the music. I'm a big Dio fan. Huh?
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Darman and then Chris and so. No, Darman, then Roberto, then Chris and so. I'm sorry. Darman, then Roberto.
Funnily enough, I love Dio actually, but I was actually thinking more along the lines of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Iron Maiden, in terms of like an epic story being told. And I think that's exactly what you do. I think metal is really misunderstood, and I think it's superb for telling like fantasy stories or escapist stories or war stories. Anything is a very misunderstood genre. So yeah, I think it's excellent. Love the voice, love the metal. It's all good, very good.
Well
Thank
said.
you.
Roberto,
You're
then
welcome.
Chris and so, then Rich.
It was a really fun song, and it reminds me a lot of Ronnie James Dio as well. And yeah, I'm also a fan of fantasy. And when I was young, I practiced medieval fencing with big swords and armor. So I felt like home, basically. Really good song, really good song.
Well said, well said. Chris and so, then Rich. And Mark, story's up next.
Yes, so again, it's good to see you, and we can hear lots of energy. You have a good guitar. I love the rock energy. You have such a powerful voice. It's very impressive, and we can hear that you gave everything you got through it.
Very, very good. Oh, we like the song.
Well said. Everyone loves it. So Rich, then Steve, then Tim.
Renita, it was very, very cool. The imagery that the lyrics evoke, your vocals are bang on, the instrumentation's bang on. I hope you don't mind if there's one critique I could offer, is that I would absolutely love to hear it less reverberated. I don't know what it would sound like if I was sitting there with all the controls in front of me. I would pull the reverb way back and listen to it, because I felt that there's so much awesome instrumentation that got buried a little bit. It's just a personal critique. It's just my personal preference, but I'd love to hear it with less verb on all the instruments. It's just something to think about. It's just like, it's my call. Any other than that, everything's, in my opinion, absolutely awesome.
I do the vocals. All the mixing's done in the US, so yeah, I can let Matt know. He can do another mix.
Just it's sometimes it comes down to opinion. I mean, I tend to pull back the effects a lot. But there's a fine line between too much, too little, and that sort of thing. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the feedback. No pun intended.
I hope you don't mind reading, because if I can help make that song even better, because there's so much there. Yeah. I would just love to see what it sounded like with just a little bit less reverb on everything.
That's the crucial words, even better. Do you know what I mean? Just to even better, you know what I mean? That's the crucial words there. Well said, Rich. So let's go VB, then Whitebeard, Greenbeard, Redbeard, and you know who you are. So VB, then Whitebeard.
Yeah, really nice song. I loved the guitar rhythm, the vocal of the song, quite nice. And I loved as well the video clip, the dark fantasy type video clip of it. I finished the video game Elden Ring ago. And it's exactly in a bit that style. The video really similar. I really liked it.
Thank you.
Well said. Whitebeard, Greenbeard, Redbeard.
Yeah, I thought that the song was awesome. Loved the instrumentation of it. I thought that was just top notch. Your vocals were good too. Loved the video. Just a great job all around.
Well said, dude. Mr. Andrews?
I absolutely loved the guitar work. I thought the guitar was fantastic. I liked the lyrics. The video was great. And anything to do with dragons is going to get like top marks from me because, as you can see, I got a dragon on my hat here, and I come from Wales. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well said, well said. Mr. Redbeard?
Yeah, Renita, that was. I mean, I think you said that you did it just a bit of fun. Was that what you said, or just a bit of fun? I think that's what you said. But for a song that's just a bit of fun, it was pretty bloody good. You know, it really did cut through. I do agree with Rich. You've got a great voice, and the reverb is kind of, it's overtaking your voice a little bit, and you don't need that much effect on your voice because you've got a great voice anyway. It's a great track. I see the Dio references. Anything with dragons or rainbows in Dio is going to get mentioned, but and the music to a degree as well. But the music was great, guitar playing, everything was great about it. And as I said, for a song that you kind of sold as something just did for a bit of fun, it's pretty damn good. So more power to you. More power to you.
Thank you
Well
so
said.
much.
Well said. Renita, basically everyone wants to hear more of your voice. That's it. That's it. We want to hear more of your beautiful voice. Renita's until the next time. One love, Darren.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mark.
Pleasure, pleasure. So we've got another 5 guests who are here, and we've got 5 more who might come. I know that 2 of them definitely are. So I'm going to stop the recording now and just start it again. So doesn't matter about that. 1, 2, 3. Hi, and welcome back to the 2020 podcast, episode 3. And I've got my red hat on, so that can mean only one thing. Redbeard's on. Mark, could you introduce yourself? And what does the song "Gimme Danger" mean to you that you would cover it?
Okay, right. Well, when I was growing up, I was an only child, so most of my school friends had brothers, and they listened to their Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath albums, and I felt like a bit of an outcast. So I took a different route, and I picked up a copy of Raw Power by Iggy and the Stooges in 1973, and wow, you know, it's just a classic. But there's this particular track, "Gimme Danger," is just got so much atmosphere. Fantastic riff in it. I just love the song. So I thought I'd cover it, but I'd try and make it a little bit more dark, as that's what I tend to do. I shot part of the video in my old bedsit and part of the video in the loft where I now live with my partner. And in the process of setting the lights up in the loft, I fell through the trap door. So when you do a song called "Gimme Danger," you've got to watch out what you wish for. But anyway, here's my take on "Gimme Danger." It's quite an old video, but hope you like it.
Hey, Mark, it's hard not to love anything that you do, brother. Mark Story with his cover of "Gimme Danger." Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Danger, little stranger, and I feel you at ease. Give me danger, little stranger, and I feel your disease. There's nothing in my dreams, just some ugly memories. Kiss me like the ocean breeze. I
everybody. Absolutely wonderful. You can call him Mr. Story, you can call him Redbeard, or you can call him Susan if it makes you happy. But ain't he just wonderful, eh? Mark Story. Love you, bro. Mr. Greenbeard, you're up next, so you can have the last compliment here. Let's go, Rich, Tim, Roberto.
Mark, I love your stuff, buddy. I love you too, pal. You're awesome. You know, one of the things that I always love, I see in your videos that you do, you make the acoustic guitar prominent. It's not just a background instrument strumming. I mean, you even added a few effects to it, and you really make it stand out. I see that in all your videos, and I absolutely love it. And it creates such a cool sort of aural dynamic. You have the juxtaposition of an acoustic guitar going against power electrics, and it serves that cover really, really well. Like it does, it really pops it out. So, and you wore a hat I never saw before in that video. I was impressed. I thought he's never worn that hat before.
I think it might be a little bit ostentatious to wear a top hat.
I liked it. I love it. Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. But I love it, Mark. As usual, I love all your stuff, and that's no exception. Good job.
That's really, really, really appreciate feedback there. Yeah, I do love the acoustic. I think it deserves to be up front. But yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Well said. Mr. Consley, then Roberto.
Mark, man, that was just at the top, just like everything you do. I mean, I absolutely love your music. I loved that song. That was really cool. I like it even better than the original, I'll say. I really, I do. And love the SG in it. I love the SG. I'm a big sucker for those, but the video itself even was awesome, buddy. Just another top grade song from you. Don't know what else to say. You one of the best.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I do. I really do.
Well,
thank you very much, Tim.
Well said.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Roberto, Lonnie, Darman, and then Steve. Roberto.
I really loved the interpretation of the song. Really loved the voice, when the voice fitted into the song, and of course the video was pretty scary, but I think was aligned with the song. So really good job to put everything together like this. I really liked it.
Thanks. I mean, when I put the video out, I said, I think what I put at the top of it, you're not afraid of clowns, are you? I think it did freak a few people out. Thank you, Roberto. I appreciate it. Cheers, man. Thank you.
Clowns are rather scary, and a lot of people are scared of, It, the movie. You don't watch that with the lights out, do you? No way. Lonnie, and then Darman.
I'm going to agree with Tim. I like this version better than the original, and your voice is just lends to that kind of song. I agree with. I like the acoustic guitar. I love the video. The video just drove it all home for me. That was like the icing on the cake. Great job.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well said. Well said. Darman.
I'm one of the few people who has don't recognize the song, so I can only judge you based on what I heard, whatever. And I thought it's a very anthemic type of sound. I tell you what, I'd like to see that on a series, like a vampire series, or is set in New Orleans, that type of thing. I think that would be perfect for that type of show. I'd love to hear that. Get me up and ready to watch the show with my favorite characters. And I'd just like to add about the acoustic. Like, I was pretty shocked. I've never seen any music before. And I said, what the hell is he doing with a acoustic guitar? And it worked. It was excellent, and that's very original, and it worked very well. I was surprised, and by the end of it, I was convinced.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty obscure track. I mean, it's an old album. It's 50 years old now.
Yeah, I never heard it. Who was?
I didn't know the track either.
Who's the original singer of the track?
It's Iggy Pop. But he did 2 albums with the Stooges. He did the Stooges and Funhouse, and I think the drummer or someone died, and he teamed up with a guy called James Williamson, And him and James Williamson wrote all the tracks for the third album, which was called Raw Power. It was the first Stooges album that was Iggy and the Stooges. It's an old album, but it's well worth checking out. It's a classic. Classic. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. Good stuff. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Mr. Andrews, what's your thoughts before we get to your section?
Mark, I told you this before several times, and I'm about to tell you it again. You have a real talent with doing covers and taking somebody else's song, making it your own and transforming it into a totally new creation and sometimes better creation, which is pretty amazing. And the other thing is that, like I always tell Tim, it really impresses me how you manage to do everything. You know, you can write songs, you can produce songs, you can play all the instruments, you can sing, and you make the videos on top. So you deliver a complete package. Fantastic.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey,
thank you.
And on top of that, he spends all day long supporting other artists, making posts for other artists. And he's one of my co-hosts in this show. And as are you, Tim, as are you, Steve, Catcher, and as are several other people. We've got co-hosts on every continent now. And we're just starting, but well said, Steve. Mark Story, you're a legend. Love you to bits, dude. You had an extra 3 minutes, but it's all right because of your beard. Well, brother. And coming up next, Mr. Steve Andrews. I'm doing my best to have a green hat for you here, Steve. Could you introduce yourself? And I'm going to play the animation video this time of your song, Citizens of Earth. So, you know the drill. Introduce yourself and the particular track. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, thank you, Sparky. And the song that we're about to listen to is Citizen of Earth. It's produced by Jace Lewis, as were all the songs on my album, Songs to Now and Then. It makes reference to a cult TV series that was a big favorite of mine, which was The Prisoner. And basically, you know, he's objecting to being a prisoner and being a number. And so, you know, today we're all numbers. We're all being made numbers. They want like a digital world. We're being given digital numbers all the time and encouraged to be digital. Well, we're not numbers. We're people. We're human beings, you know. We're not bloody numbers. It's crazy. So in a way, it's about that. And it's also about all the pressures on us, you know, like I talk about all the envelopes that come through, meaning like envelopes from the government, bureaucratic stuff, demands for money, all this. And it's just all crazy. So, and I also talk about empires. I talk about the Roman Empire, because to me, it didn't really go away. We're under a continuation of the Roman Empire. Empires are what have been like running this world for a very long time. And it, you know, an empire is not about freedom. It's not about humanity. It's about those in control, controlling the rest of us, and today converting us into numbers. So there you are, something to think about, and that's what my song's about.
What a great introduction. And when you talk about empires, let me tell you this, the biggest empire of all time has been eliminated from history. And all I can say to you is two words, Great Tartaria. Check that out. That's it. That's for another podcast. Enjoy Citizens of Earth. One Love by Steve Andrews.
I think it's time for a demonstration. Tired of living in a failing nation. Bad news of tomorrow. The bad news of tomorrow. A citizen of Earth is who I am. I'm gonna get by any way I can. A citizen of worth is what I am. Not just another number in this land. Just make you sick. Everybody's looking for a dog to kick. If you're looking for luck, then take your pick. Here's another peons and plebeians and social decay, until the fires burns it all away. The ghost of Nero still fiddling, the ghost of Nero still fiddling. A citizen of Earth is who I am. I'm gonna get by any way I can. A citizen of worth is what I am, not just another number in this land.
Absolutely awesome, Steve Andrews, everybody. So just like Tim's got one of his real life friends here, Steve has also got one of his real life friends here, Darman. Darman, if you're still here, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I would. For me, this is unusual. I'm used to most like a folk singer type of songs, so this was a very pleasant surprise for me. Or whatever, it sounds more like an indie type of track, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm totally on board with the message that it gives or whatever. So very well done, Steve. That's very fresh for me.
Well said, dude.
Thank you, Darmin. Thank you.
Well said. Whitebeard, Redbeard, then Rich Chambers.
Yeah, Steve. When that music started, I'm like, this doesn't sound like a Steve Andrews song. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, you really went out there with this one. I absolutely loved it. The video was good. The instrumentation was great. Your message came through loud and clear. And I got to say, this is probably my second favorite song of yours. Of course, the first one being Love and Communication. That's my favorite, but this one runs a really close second. I really enjoyed that, buddy. Good job.
Thank you so much, Tim. And I don't know if I told you before, but basically over here in Portugal, it's been a song which a lot of people have related to, and it got played on the radio over here. So yeah, and somebody was talking earlier about different genres, well, I work in different genres as well. And my producer, Jace Lewis, he wanted to give it a kind of a Johnny Cash feel, he said. So I said, all right, Jace, I love Johnny Cash, so, you go with it. So yeah, so that's, I really appreciated what you said. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you.
Well said. Before you go, Mark, you're very, very loyal to your friend, your producer. You never forget to mention him, and that's awesome. I hope he does the same for you. Mr. Story, then Rich, then Roberto.
Yeah, hi, Steve. I get a lot of your videos pop up on my YouTube feed. I saw one this morning where it was, I don't know how old it was, but you was like in various stages, a younger man with longer hair, and maybe it was so on. Anyway, but it just pointed out to me how long you've been doing this for and the quality of your work. And as I said on the last podcast about the song you played there, it doesn't matter what genre you tackle it as Steve Andrews with no compromise. And once again, like I said about Tim and Rich, every time I hear a different song by you, it just raises the bar. The back catalogue of the quality of the musicianship you've got and the songs you've written and the messages you put out are absolutely phenomenal. And I truly appreciate that there's someone out there raising awareness for these things.
Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate, all you've said there. And thank you for checking out my videos. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but yeah.
I'll find it and let you know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And thanks again for checking out my videos. I'm not even sure what's out there myself, but there you are. Thank you.
It was a good one.
You've got some of the best videos. He's got himself in little cartoon forum videos, and he's got 8K video camera shots. Right, you've got some great videos, Steve. Rich, Roberto, and then Lonnie.
Steve, I love your stuff. You played this last week, and I thoroughly enjoyed it again. And I'll try and say something a little bit different that I didn't say last week. Well, one thing I do want to comment about all your stuff that I really think is super, super powerful and a great strength for you as a songwriter is that you keep the structure fairly simple. Your chord progressions are pretty basic, and allows you to, in my opinion, it allows you to get an amazing message over top of it. So you do a chord structure that can shift into a billion different genres. It's completely accessible to so many different people. And by having that accessibility with the structure of your songs, it allows you to get that message, which is awesome. Your messages are amazing. And this is worth saying again, we need more Steve Andrews in the world. I love you, bro. It's great stuff.
Thank you so much, Rich. And what you touched on there, I don't know if I've said, but basically, I don't regard myself as really that much of a musician. I'm a writer, I'm a poet. And so what happens with me is I write my words, then I sit down with an acoustic guitar, I put some chords to it. I'm a 3-chord trick person. I use 3 chords. Some of my songs only got 2 chords. But I don't worry about that. And what you touched on as well about like, I can deliver the message with that simplicity. I remember there's a moment in time which will always stick in my mind as a memory. I was at the Glastonbury Festival and I had a 45-minute set to do. And it was just me and my acoustic guitar, well, semi-acoustic. I had an encore for that set. And I thought to myself, I remember thinking, look, if you can do this, Steve, with just a guitar and a mic, you know, for your vocals, that's all. You don't need a band. You can deliver with the guitar and the voice. And that meant a lot to me, like personally, because I could see that people liked it. And like, I've also had bands, and, you know, a band is like a luxury because, you know, all you have to do as a singer is remember the song and sing it projected. You don't have to play the guitar. You don't have to remember the chords and all this. The band is doing that. And so, although I haven't got a band, and I doubt if I'll ever have a band, it really doesn't matter because I know I can get my message over with a guitar. And it works for me, you know, doing that. So thank you for seeing that.
No, you're welcome. There's a lot of strength in the simplicity of your presentation. It allows the message to come out so much clearer. Your message is never convoluted by the music, if that makes any sense. And I mean that in a very positive way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well said. Well said. Just before you go, Roberto, we've got a wonderful musician, a friend of mine, Jimmy Swag from California. He's come in. And in 2 minutes' time, we've got another female from California, Buell. She's coming in. The both of these guys are on very tight schedules. So Jimmy's up next, and then Buell. Right. So Jimmy, welcome to the show, brother. Before your section, let's go Roberto, Lonnie, then VB. Who was all want to say something there? Roberto.
Yeah, I really agree with the message of the song, and I'm feeling too like we are still under a kind of Roman Empire. So it's really impactful. And I liked how the guitars and the voice went together into the song. And I really love the message again. So it was really cool.
Thank you so much, Roberto. Thank you.
Well said, well said. We've got another guest here from California. So the next 2 songs are going to be amazing artists with DC. Lonnie, and then VB, and then we'll go to Jimmy's section. And welcome to the show, Buell, if you can hear us.
Hi.
Hi there. How much of a hurry is Jimmy and Buell in? You're both in California. I'm going to put you both next. Who wants to go first and who wants to go second? Is it okay either order? Do you both have like 20 minutes, Jimmy? I'll go ladies first, and I'll put Buell on before you, Jimmy. And welcome to the show, Buell. So, Lonnie and VB with the final compliments of this section.
Oh, okay. Listen, I think that 3 chords is all you need to write a great song. And who has not now or ever felt that message? It's more throughout your life you feel that way, and it is correct. You have a very good voice. I was very impressed by your singing and your guitar playing, and I love the video, the little man at the Arctic Circle playing the guitar. I love that. Great job.
Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Steve Andrews, ain't you just a wonderful human being? And dare I say it, if anything ever happens to you due to natural, I'm going to take over all the things that you fight for in this world and continue them for you. So that's what I can guarantee you right now. I'll never have a beard like you, though. Steve Andrews, everybody. Till the next time. Cheers, bro. So coming up next from California, we've got Buell, a return to the show. I'm very happy that Buell's back here. Could you introduce yourself to everyone, Buell, and the story behind your song Small Talk?
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
This is Buell. I moved to California in, I don't know in which year, but I think it's been 7 years. I'm Turkish. The song Small Talk was inspired by just me feeling uncomfortable in a social situation where I couldn't do the small talk, and I just felt like I lacked the social abilities or something was wrong with me. So I sat down and thought to myself, well, am I going to be able to like make it? Because I was trying to write a song with a songwriter and he was constantly initiating small talk with me. We couldn't speak about anything personal or deep that I would care about. So it was kind of difficult for me to adapt and write with him. So I guess in that moment of just not feeling comfortable with myself and trying to find a way to make peace with this aspect of my personality, I decided to write the song.
Well, you've certainly done a 360 because you've just come straight on a show with 20 other people and you've just been thrown in the deep end. And, you know, that doesn't exist anymore for you, so you've got over that. But what a wonderful artist you are, and what a wonderful track this is. Small Talk by Buell. We're on Love, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Some are scared of silence when I need it so bad. I'm a calculated knowledge for the questions you ask to evaluate my life. Innocently creeping in just to say hi, I'm alive. Are you too? The way you look has left me blind. Or you too? I like you. Small talk, can't find you anywhere. Getting wild, biting your vibe, that kind of happy ending. Go slow, no you can't run away. You have to stand it till it disappears. Small talk, can't find you anywhere. Getting wild, biting your vibe, that kind of happy ending. Go slow, no you can't run away. You have to stand it till it disappears. Some have good intentions, a momentary explosion of confessions, and comes to force pretension. Blame it on me, I'm bad at every conversation. But then you looked at me and smiled. I don't know why, but I felt kind of odd. I went too far and gave a hug. You said I love you, I said only two. Small talk, can't find you anywhere. Getting wild, biting your vibe, that kind of happy ending. Go slow, no you can't run away. You have to stand it till it disappears. Small talk, can't find you anywhere. Getting wild, biting your vibe, that kind of happy ending. Go slow, no you can't run away. You have to stand it till it disappears. Are we done testing the waters? I got 3.5, I can tell. You think I have a disorder. Small talk, can't find you anywhere. Getting wild, biting your vibe, that kind of happy ending. Go slow, no you can't run away. You have to stand it till it disappears. Small talk, can't find you anywhere. Getting wild.
absolutely wonderful. World class, honestly, just magnificent. Welcome to the show, John KT, who's also a guest tonight. Welcome my friend Jackson Corbett. He's an artist, but he's not featured tonight. He's coming along to support you guys. Jimmy's the next guest, then John KT, because he's on travel and he's only got 5 to 20 minutes. So let's start the compliments with, let's go Rich Chambers, then Steve Andrews.
Buell, hi. You know, I could go on and on. I was captivated. Firstly, the song is great. Secondly, the arrangement is efficient and awesome. The producer, whoever's producing it, is bang on. I mean, it's a very topical, relevant pop song. Your look is very captivating. So whoever did the videography, choreography, nailed it too. I mean, you got the full package. So I don't know what to say. I'm totally impressed. Like that should be top 40. I should be turned on my car radio hearing that right now. Seriously, it's that
thank you so
well
much.
Done.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Rich, as soon as Buell came in, she took away your title for being the most followed man in the room. She's flying high on Instagram, 100,000 legitimate followers, and she can do anything. She's amazing.
And it's well earned, Buell. Like I don't mind being second to you. You know, I loved it. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Well said. Steve, then Roberto.
Buell, I echo what was just said basically by Rich, that you have like a top quality production for your song and a top quality production for your video. So you've just got a top quality package all around. Fantastic work.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well said. Well said, dear. We're going to do a full house here. So Roberto, then Chris and so, Italy, then France.
Oh, the production and the video are impressive, really top level. I love the voice and how the music sounds. Did you mix the song in a studio there in California?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds really modern and could be on the top of Spotify because it sounds really good.
So much.
Well said. Yeah. And I believe she does all the video and editing herself, I believe. Maybe not in that song, but yeah.
No, I did. Yeah, I directed it, edited it, choreographed, and everything related to the video, I took care of it. But the mixing, I had the DP and not mixing, sorry, except with the sound. The color correction was made by someone else, by the DP. So I think we were 2 people the whole time, like producing the whole thing. And I do it for all my videos.
Yeah, well said, dear. Well said. Let's go Chris and so, then VB.
Yes, so hello. We just wanted to say that we love the pop and funk energy and the 80s inspiration. The video is great and very entertaining. Your voice is absolutely beautiful and wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you. Thanks.
And we had a question. Do you have any inspirations of artists you may like?
Like Madonna, for example.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know why, but I think the hair, and I love Madonna, but she's not quite one of my inspirations. Like especially in this song, because the last song that I put out, my producer loved Madonna, and I think he was inspired a little bit while producing it. But this song, no. But it's funny because even when I walk on the street with that hair, people tell me that I look like Madonna or something related to Madonna always. And it's a good thing because she's a great artist. My inspirations, got a lot of inspirations. I don't know, like it would be misguiding you if I named one right now, because you would say, no, this doesn't sound like that. But a lot of people, not even only like musical artists, a lot of people inspires me. Sorry, I can't quite give a name specifically for this project because I don't know.
You're marvelous. So yeah, well said. VB in the Netherlands, then Tim Consley in Indiana.
Yeah, I really love the song. Really good produced. I love the clip. You have indeed an amazing vocal, especially for the pop genre. Yeah, overall it was a really good song as well. But the drop part with the vocal and how the beat goes was really good. Well done.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Well said. Tim in Indiana, then Jackson in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Buell, I absolutely loved everything about that. The video, man, give yourself a huge pat on the back for that, because that video was awesome. It really
Thank you.
was. And it did. It just captivates you. It draws you right in. And your voice is so beautiful and so distinctive. I mean, I really wouldn't even compare you with anybody else, because it is you, it is your own, and it is great. Awesome job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Well said. Just before Jackson goes, can I just let you know there's only going to be 4 more guests to go tonight, right? Coming up next, we've got Jimmy Swag. Then we've got 2 EDM tracks from VB and Katja, and then we're going to end the night with a beautiful man, Mark Allowine, and he's, well, we'll leave that for the last part. So just to let you know, we've only got 4 acts to go. There should be another 2 coming, but they're not going to come now. And John Katie had to leave there, so I'm sorry for wasting this part of the interview here. I know everyone wants to talk, so Jackson, and then Lonnie, then Darman, and then Jimmy, our next guest. So Jackson, then Lonnie. Oh,
So
Mark,
I
sorry.
think-
Jackson, then Mark, then Lonnie. Sorry.
No, you're good. So I showed up about halfway through, but I totally agree with just about everything everybody said. You're just very unique, just have a very inspiring way of how you go about your work. It's just very awe-inspiring. Like I said, you did a really good job on it. Everything was really well recorded, very good quality. I really enjoyed it, just the little bits that I did get to hear. Good job.
Yeah,
on
I'm
it.
glad to hear that. Thank you so much. It's the best thing to hear when somebody thinks that it's inspiring, I think.
Absolutely.
Jackson, get her added on Instagram now. If she follows you back, you'll be lucky, because she's flying over there. Let's go. Mark Story, then Lonnie, then Darman, then our next guest, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, I echo what everyone says about that tune. Everything's fantastic. Everything. I won't list it. But what did strike me when I was listening to it was it's such a good song that just your vocals on a piano or just your vocals on guitar would make that song immense anyway. But you just obviously added everything to it.
Overproduced it. Yeah.
Sorry? No,
I
it's not overproduced. Not overproduced. It's
I
great.
have
But
an acoustic version of it. Yeah, and some people thought that it was better.
really,
The
okay.
acoustic. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, anyway, I will check that out. But I think you've got a certain magic. Well, it's a certain magic. You can't really put your finger on it, but you've got that class of magic that makes you a top contender.
I'll say it. She sounds like $1 million and looks like $1 billion. So you've got it all going for you. Honestly. Lonnie, Darman, and then Jimmy Swag, a fellow Californian / Mexico. So Lonnie, what's your thoughts here, brother?
Hey, I love the song. It was very, like everybody says, captivating. When my band plays, we wear costume, outfits on just for the stage. And I love the Harlequin costume you wore, because people come to see, when you play, people come to see a band as well as hear. That really impressed me. Very well done. Like the other person said, pat yourself on the back. The video is great. The song is great. And you have a spectacular voice.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well said, Lonnie. Darman in Malaysia, what's your thoughts here, brother?
Yeah, a bit of a juxtaposition, because the what you're singing about and your personality is so strong. You've got such a clear image, the way you move and everything. It is very, how do I say? it's very strong. And then you're talking about something that is the opposite of that almost, or whatever. So that's what struck me. I liked the bit in the video where you sort of dancing as a mirror image of each other. It was almost like you doing sign language, but with your bodies, which fitted in with the theme of the song or whatever. I just have to say that the video and the production overall was superb and very professional. And I'll finish off because it was a thought in my head. The closest what it reminded me of a little bit is the Cardigans. I don't know if you know that band from
Yeah,
Europe.
I do. I don't know why it reminded, but I've heard that before. Very interesting. But I appreciate it because I love them. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And they got a very unique sound as well. So you haven't quite got the same sound, but that's who you sort of reminded me of. And she got a very strong character on the screen as well. And I think that's what it is. It's not just the music. It's also the way that you sort of comport yourself and sell yourself in that video.
Thank you so much.
Well
You're
said,
welcome.
Darren. Well said. Mr. Jimmy Swag, the coolest cat in the room. What's your thoughts on your fellow Californian?
I love the colors. I love the color of expression of the art piece. Amazing voice. Sounds very, I wouldn't say modern, but sounds fresh. And I dig it.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Hopefully you can hang around to see Jimmy Swag's section. He's a he's an amazing guy. He wears yellow masks, white masks. He's like Freddie Mercury on steroids on stage, entertaining people. But this is your section. Buell, until the next time, come and make this place your home. Get every single track you've ever featured here. Me and you's going to build a wee friendship, and I love you to bits, as does everybody. Buell, everyone, until the next time. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing day and a week and a weekend. I don't know. Bye.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. So coming up next, and we've only got 3 acts after them, so if everyone can stay for 4 more tracks, this is the end of the show on the way down. But this is no way down. Jimmy Swag from California, could you introduce yourself? Who is Jimmy Swag, and what's the story behind your track, The River?
Yeah, man. My name's Jimmy Swag. I'm just a fucking rock and roller, man. The River is my 5th music video to my album that I released coming up on a year in February last year. So I've been promoting it very heavily throughout the year. And this song, I actually shot it in Texas, which I have a lot of family from. I grew up in Texas. And I wanted to do something different. And so I hit up a different friend of mine here that has a different palette when it comes to video creation. And so we put it together. It was so far my most challenging video to do, yet it was at the same time the most funnest video to do. And also, since releasing it, I just dropped it last Sunday, so almost a week ago, my fastest growing video. So I'm very thankful and I'm very excited for this year. And I feel like that video and the way that it's progressing is a sign for things to come for me this year.
Jimmy, you're absolutely fantastic. You're the full package, and I know you're going to end up in a movie one day. And you know, we've been talking about Bruce Springsteen all night. There's been links to him, and then you've got a song with a namesake called The River. So The River by Jimmy Swag. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy's the boss. Let's go. One love. swag, everyone.
Woo.
Absolutely brilliant.
Excellent.
Just all round magnificent. Jimmy, love you to bits, dude. Honestly, you're fantastic. I'll just start down the bottom here. Let's go Jackson then, Tim.
Well, I gotta say, Jimmy, that was awesome. That was just extraordinary to me. Just the whole visual, you brought that song to life. That was awesome. I love the makeup and everything, the music video, you hanging out of the car as you're singing that you're not afraid to die and stuff. Like that was just awesome. Did a good job on that, man.
That's awesome, man. Thank you.
Well said, well said. I wish Buell could hang around to have met you there, Jimmy. I tried to put these together there, but she's a very busy young lady. Tim Consley, then Steve Andrews.
Hey, Jimmy, how's it going, buddy?
Good, man.
That song and video was just killer. I'll tell you, that song started out and it had that first few rings of the guitar had a very Spanish feel to it, especially you walking out of the building looking like it was. And then it went from that into something totally modern. And it was just great. And the car in the video, I gotta say that thing was killer. I'm guessing that's a mid-60s Lincoln.
Yep.
With the suicide doors in the back.
Yeah.
Yes. Love the car. Love the car. But man, the song altogether and the video, like I said, it was killer. Good job.
Thank you, Tim. And since you said it, I just want to give a shout out to my boy Chris Payton. He's the one on guitar. And he's actually one of the best guitarists out there right now, touring with many artists. So I'm privileged to have him on the record.
I said, bro. Steve Catcher, then Mark Allewine this time, and then Mark Story. Steve, then Catcher.
Jimmy, I remember seeing you on a previous edition of Top Talent Promotions, and I remember I was really impressed then. And nothing has changed. I've just seen you again, and I caught another song by you and another video, and I'm equally impressed. Just another fantastic job you made there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Means a lot.
You're welcome.
Well said, well said. Catcher, then Mark Allewine, and BB, you're the next guest. 3 more to go. Catcher.
Hey, Jimmy. I like Steve said, I remember you from one of the other shows, and I really like how different this is from the previous tracks that I've heard. I loved the Spanish Hispanic intro. You know, I'm New Mexican, Colorado, and you know, Hispanic is part of my everyday life. Yeah. And I really like the
Oh, you're crashing there, dear. We'll come back to Catcher.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very important to me, making sure that those Mexican roots within what I do, because it is me, that I put it into all that I do. And so that makes me happy that you guys can feel that influence.
Well said. Mr. Allewine, then Mr. Story, the 2 marks, the other 2 marks, because I'm a mark as well,
So I'm going to say this, Adam Levine. You ever get that?
Sometimes.
That's who you reminded me of. And that's a huge compliment because I think he's got a spectacular voice and I think you have a spectacular voice. Love the video. That's very creative. Love the song. Way to go. Absolutely great. But Adam Levine, that's a high compliment.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. The vocals for me are very important, and it's something I've worked very hard in my career. Yeah, from rehearsing to production, recording. So you saying that means a lot because the vocals aren't.
Yep, keep it going.
Well said, well said. And can I just introduce my dear friend Swilly to the room? Swilly, Bigfoot Business Development, that's his company. He's trying to help. He's got a massive, he's a wonderful musician. He's not got very long, so VB, I'm sorry, has to jump in front of you. But welcome to the show, Stevie. Swilly, I know you didn't hear much of that song there, but you're coming up next, brother, and thanks for coming. All right, so I just wanted to say that. Mr. Story, then Mr. Chambers.
All right, Jimmy. Well, I've got to be honest with you. You had me with, I'm just a fucking rock and roller. I mean, straight away, I fell in love with you, man. But then the song, well, what everyone else says, I mean, it's class. It's really class. You're obviously someone who's got a vision. You know where you're going. That's obvious. You know what direction you're going in. You're true to your roots, which I think is fantastic. That song will be out of place in a Tarantino movie like From Dusk Till Dawn or Desperado. The video was awesome. Your charisma came across. Your personality came across. Everything came across. The vocals, yeah, absolutely spot on. Nailed it. I loved it. And I'm ashamed to say I haven't heard you before, but I will definitely be checking out more of your stuff.
Thank you, man. This is an exciting year. I have a lot of amazing music coming out this year, so I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Can I just tell you this, Mark? He might not look it with that hat on, but Jimmy Swag's hands down the hardest man in the family. And see if you see his Instagram videos, he's built like an absolute bull. Honestly, that's just something else for the macho city. You know, you don't look so big sitting there, Jimmy. You look like you might be a wee lean guy. He's an absolute monster. Anyway, sorry, Rich Chambers, then VB, then Roberto.
Jimmy, I was just kind of blown away. Right away, everybody talked about the flamenco style guitar at the beginning, which was amazing. But then right away, it's answered by a Dickie Dale surf style guitar. Like, holy crap, talk about a juxtaposition that really, really works. The choruses, there's a power guitar going that certainly completely supports the choruses. But it would all be shit if the song wasn't good. Like, it's a stellar written song. And,
Thank you, man.
And you say that's track number 5 you've released. Usually people release their strongest one number 1. Like, holy crap, I got to go listen to your other tracks. Like, and you got the swagger, man. The last name's perfect because it totally is who you are. So much. I mean, you're drawn to you on the screen when I watched it. So keep it up, man. You do have a bright future. Keep going.
Thank you. That means a lot. And yes, man, this was all intentional and all purposeful in dropping my first album a year ago. Independently, so I knew that I had a lot of work to do, and I was dead set on doing it for a full year of just promoting while I worked on other music. And so this music video here at the tail end of this year's promotion has really catapulted everything else. So it worked out, and so I was really excited the way that it worked out and who came together to put this visual together. So it's exciting, and hearing everybody's back on it, because like I said, I just dropped it not even a week ago, and so it's amazing. So thank you.
You're welcome. Best wishes, Jimmy. I wish you for big success, man. You got a lot of talent.
Well said. Can I just jump in now before you go, VB? Jimmy Swag would already be a household name. See if he didn't have an opinion on how terrible the world's going down at the moment. I mean, Jimmy stands on stage and tries to tell his crowd and everything. He's trying to change the world in a good way, as in the mainstream don't like him. So everybody push Jimmy Swag. He's the coolest cat you'll ever meet. Just had to get that in. VB, then Darman, and then our next guest, Swilly. Oh, Roberto, sorry. VB, Darman, then Roberto, then our next guest, Swilly.
Yeah, really good song. I love the vocals. I love the beat and the rhythms. I love the video clip. It was really creative. And the hook was really catchy. I really love the hook, the lyrics of the hook.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well said. Darman de Flern over Malaysia.
Yeah, just like to say that you said you changed the image. I haven't seen any other stuff, but the image suits you to the ground. Like someone else said, I thought I was watching like an Antonio Banderas in Desperado type of thing. I think you could replace Antonio Banderas because this is your film. So the image is absolutely works for you. All the different types of clothes you put on, the blacks, the reds and everything, that works. And more importantly, it works with the message you're trying to give, the vibe you're giving with the music. So the marriage of the video, the marriage of the Latin influence, or the Mexican influence, and the actual song, which is excellent. It all really works and pulls together.
Thank you, man. That's awesome to hear. Thank you.
Well said. Roberto De Samai over in Italy.
Yeah, it's a really powerful song. I really loved the guitar on it and how the guitar start. You can tell the Mexican inside. And I absolutely love how the song opens during the refrain. So it's a really, really great song.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Thanks, Roberto. So Jimmy Swag, you know I love you, bro. This is your
Yeah.
home. Till the next time. Jimmy
Yeah.
Swag, everyone. Check
And I
him
just
out.
want-
Follow him.
Real quick, just thank you to everybody. Much love. Keep pursuing your dreams. Keep creating music and art because it's important and we're all important. So much love to y'all.
Well said, brother. And Jimmy's just a flying visit. He's a very busy man, but stay as long as you can. Jimmy Swag, everyone. Till the next time, bro. Thank you. So I'm going to stop the third section, and I'm going to start it again. So I'll just stop the recording. Start it again. And welcome back to the 2020 podcast, part 4. Coming up next, a good friend of mine. He's actually on the wall here, Bigfoot Business Development. Steve Swilly from Vancouver Island, where about 50 of my family members are. Like, they immigrated and, like, obviously, like, you know, produced more of and stuff like that. I think we own half the island, my dad's family. But anyway, that's another story. Who is Swilly, and what's the story behind your song Condemned? Oh, you're muted there, Swilly. Yeah. Your volume's very good. Like, your input doesn't work. Your mic input is not working. We can play one track. Have you got time to go next, Swilly, and I'll put Young VB on? Or do you know what the problem is? Right, nice one. Well, coming up next, we've got VB from the Netherlands. VB, could you introduce yourself, and what's the story behind your song, 1,000 Years? VB.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro, we can.
Yeah, I'm VB. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm a electronic dance producer. I made the track 1,000 Years. I think I finished it last year. The story about the track, yeah, I'm a bit different than all songwriters. I just searched for like a good vocal. I found this vocal and start working on it. I tried to get a bit different vibes in the track than to my related to my other tracks. I tried to give it more like a progressive house type of vibe, but not totally make it like that. And I try to make it more like a festival song.
Well, do you know something? It's just what I need after sitting here for 3¼ hours. Is some nice VB style EDM music. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy this 1,000 Years by Vineyard Dezandi, aka VB. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
I want a good life, filled with highlights, and I want someone like you. I want paradise with the sunset, if I can only be with you. 'Cause I would wait 1,000 years, 1,000 years to be next to you. 'Cause I'm not whole until you're here with me. 1,000 years. La 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la. I would wait 1,000 years, 1,000 years to be next to you. 'Cause I'm not whole until you're here with me. 1,000 years. Years. I want a good life, filled with highlights, and I want someone like you. I want paradise with the sunset, if I can only be with you. 'Cause I would wait 1,000 years, 1,000 years to be next to you. 1,000 years.
Absolutely brilliant track, dude. Vineyard,
Thank you.
VB, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful track. Let's test your mic, Swilly. Do you want to compliment first if you're there just to see if your mic works? Swilly? No, it's not working. I would leave the room and come back in, brother. That's what I would do. I would try and leave and come back. If you could do that, yeah, it's still not working. And if it doesn't work when you come back, then I'll forgive you for leaving without us hearing your voice. But let's continue the compliments here. Katja, fellow EDM artist, then Mr. Chambers. Katja?
Let's see. I'm unmuted. VB, that's very radio ready, club ready, as usual. Very nice dance track. You know, you absolutely accomplished what you wanted to with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well said, well said. So Roberto, then Tim, then Steve.
Really like the song, the production, and the kick. The kick is really, I appreciate at the end of the song the high end, of the kick, and it's a really catchy song. So great job.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Mr. Tim Consley, if he's not eating his potato chips there.
Mixed nuts.
Mixed nuts. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was some savory.
You just opened yourself up. I can see all kinds of things now.
That's my family.
That's what I was going to say. I'm in a room full of mixed nuts.
You could be talking about this.
All righty.
Tim, come on with your mixed nuts. What do you think, brother?
That is, he's making fun of us. That's what he's doing.
Stevie, I thought that track was really great. Good job with the beat. Good job with the lead part on that. I mean, it was just awesome. Like someone said, you've accomplished what you wanted to with that track, and it was good. It was really good.
Thank you.
Well said, dude. Well said. I don't think Swilly can come back. So there's 2 tracks left. There's Katja, another EDM, then the special track from Mr. Mark Allowine. And I hope that you'll pray for us, Mark, like you did for Kirsty. But we'll get to your section in a second. Rich, then Steve, then Mark.
Hey, Vivi. You know, it's interesting. My biggest critique of EDM music is that they sacrifice melody for beat. You didn't. I mean, you have a stellar beat and the melody kicks ass. Like I found myself, you know, kind of humming along with it. And, you know, I think that's in my opinion, that's great EDM dance music. Throws the melody in there just as prominently, if not more prominently than the beat. So awesome job. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Especially during the productions, I try to make space for the melody by cutting out parts of other sounds, just to get indeed space for the melody as well.
Yes,
for the vocal.
Hugely noticed it. Like you don't fill up the soundscape. You keep it open. You let it breathe. You actually broke it down at one point and almost, you know, revamped it up, built it back up again. I mean, great production. Well done.
Thank you.
Well said, dude. Steve, then Mr. Story, then Mr. Allowine.
VB, I loved the energy of that song, and I wanted to echo something that Katja said. Basically, she said it was radio ready, club ready, and I agree.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love your short and sweet statement, Steve, that he's a pure motivator, isn't he? And I agree. And I'm going to say, yes.
Straight
yes,
to the
Steve.
point.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Mark, and then Mark Redbeard, and then just moustache. Nah, you can't compare when it's beards. I mean, who's got the coolest beard? You cannot pick it. The green beard, the red beard. If you've got a favorite, there's something wrong with you. You're just stuck in limbo. Like, no, I can't pick. But anyway, Mark, and then Mark, Mr. Redbeard first.
Oh, me, right? Okay. Yeah, VB. I think I said before. I mean, obviously, this form of music is a bit distant from my kind of stuff, but I really do like it anyway. You know, it's one of my things. I love it because it's so uplifting. But I'm getting quite familiar with your style now, as I am with Katja. What I know is when I'm going to hear a track by you or by Katja, there's
Spelly's back.
there's going to be an adrenaline rush, and it's just waiting for that adrenaline rush, and you kind of build up your tracks, and all of a sudden, bang, you know, and everyone's hey, you know, I know I was. So that's what I love about it. You know, it's this music, and the music we do is so uplifting, and it just cheers me right up, even if I'm having a bad day. So I love it. It's cool, bro. It's cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, well said, well said. Well, I don't know if he's here or not. Steve, come in and talk if you can, test the mic. If not, we'll go on to Catcher next. But Lonnie and Darman next, please. And Swilly, feel free to test your mic whenever you can, but it's not connected at the moment.
This is the song that I would think would be on the radio, or like somebody else said in a club. I could see my fiance dancing to it. I can't dance, but she can. And this is something I would see her dancing to. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Steve, would you like to test your mic? No, it's not working, bro. You're bummed out tonight. Oh man, I don't know what you've done. I don't know what the thing is. Steve Swilly, I'm really sorry. Thanks for trying to come to the show.
Yep.
I love this guy so much. He's keeping me alive here. And somebody has SEO'd my company so that Top Talent Promotions is now everywhere. And I know it was you. Because when you typed in Top Talent Promotions in Google before, other people was trying to get the name for it. But somebody you're saying no. Well, I've got another secret admirer then. No worries, Steve. Look, your mic doesn't work, bro. But please stay. There's only 2 tracks left if you want to enjoy them, you know. So, Darman, what's your thoughts here before we get to Catcher? Darman?
Yeah. I'd just like to say, like, I started with like Jean-Michel Jarre. That's where I sort of got into, like, he's like a classical musician almost, that brought electronica music in. More recently, like you got, I think Avicii's the track that he did is like the gold standard. A criticism I got for the genre is the 1, 2, 3, 4 beat, and I can't listen to it if you've got track after track with that incessant beat going all the time, because it kills everything. And that's why this track is so important, because you've got a club going, and you've got that consistent sound, then yours going to stand out from the rest, because it comes in, that it kicks, and it sounds awesome when it's there, but when it's not, people can relax, they can get into the tune. The fact that it isn't there emphasizes it when it comes in, which is the whole point of good music sometimes, or ever. It's the silence or the lack of something that emphasizes it when it comes in. So I really, really did enjoy that track. And as a modern track, it's just behind like Avicii, which is the gold standard for me as far as that genre is concerned.
Thank you.
Well said, dude. Do you know, like, producer aside, like, Darman does a lot of music reviews, don't you? You do your, like you love to review music. He says, can I please come? And he's been here for the 4 hours. And brother, your opinions are valued. And yeah, love it, love it, love it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
BB, you know, you're my brother from another mother. Until the next time, young man. You're only 7 years younger than me. I say young man. I thought you were 24. He's 32. The old bugger. Look at him. BB, till the next time, dude. Thank you. And sorry if I missed anybody there. I'm getting tired now. Coming up second from end, we've got the lovely Catcher. Could you introduce yourself and the story behind the song Black's Beauty?
Hi, I'm Katria Jael. Everybody calls me Katja. I am a beat maker, producer, cover artist, engineer. The children are barking. I do everything for my tracks. This one I dug deep in the back of a closet. This one is a little over a year old, and I dug it back out. This was when I was thinking about quitting. I was having a hard time adjusting to knowing what to do, how to be an artist, and hence the name Black's Beauty. It's about those dark times that we have when maybe we aren't as confident as we should be, or when we're trying to find that that backbone, that bit of steel to keep us going from moment to moment. So please forgive me. It does tend to be a bit repetitive, but I did do a music video for it. So I hope everything works out with this one.
Oh, Katja, do you know, I love you to bits. Katja helps all the musicians, and I'd say my 3 amigos. I need to say my 4 amigos, because Katja she is every bit as helpful as everyone nowadays, and you're such a lovely lady. And I'm glad you put the light on and you show people hey, Rich, that's a 12-string Fender guitar behind her. And she sat in darkness the first few shows. And see, when you look back, see Katja, when Katja was 21, oh my goodness, she's a supermodel. But anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I'm just glad you're on camera and we can see your lovely face. Katja with Black's Beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy. Second final track of the evening. One love. Ashia Yale,
Wow.
chat, lady. Pleasure to know you, darling. Absolutely wonderful. Love it. So, Mark, you're up next guest, so you can go the last compliment here. Let's go around the clock quickly. Lonnie, Kim, then Darman.
Absolutely fantastic job. The words that come to my mouth very easy because you very rarely hear somebody playing a piano with that much passion. Great job. I don't know. Like I said, the words don't come to my mouth very easily. I'm very impressed, and I'd like to hear more from you.
Thank you. I've got 400 tracks out there.
400.
And
Would you-
my
would you-
YouTube channel was on there, so
Oh, it's listed.
it's listed on the video.
Okay,
Lonnie.
excellent.
Lonnie, I'll give you an article for your section in the next few days, and at the bottom of it, everyone who come, the guests and just participants, will all be linked at the bottom in pictures you can touch and add each other on Instagram. So I'll make sure you're friends, so you won't miss out.
Excellent.
Tim,
Thank you.
then Mr. Story.
Girl, I want to tell you, that was absolutely beautiful. I could just see myself kick back in my recliner, especially if I'm stressed out or whatever, and just playing that just to soothe and relax me. That's what it spoke to me, was just relax, chill, it just pulled me right in. And I don't know what else to say other than I think so far that's the favorite one I've heard of you. I absolutely loved it that much.
I told you I was going to bring you something very, very different this time.
Yeah, you're absolutely awesome, Katja. Love you, girl.
Well said, Alan. Well said. Well said. Redbeard, Greenbeard, then Mr. Chambers.
Katja, you know I love you.
I know.
There's so many dimensions and layers to your talent. The tracks you sent me yesterday to listen to, you know, blew me away. I was wondering if they were going to be on here today, but I wasn't expecting that. It's just beautiful. Just wow. It's
Thank
like you
you.
could sing.
That had a lot of my heart in it. You know, that kind of sort of speaks to my soul. You know, I laid my soul out on that one.
I love the title, Black's apostrophe S, Black's Beauty. I get that. That's brilliant. Clever, very clever title. Nice one.
Just another diamond in the rough that we found here in Top Tap Promotions, Katja? Steve, Rich, then VB.
Katja, what occurred to me when I was listening to your song there was it should be in a film. It's got, you know, it's definitely up to the standard of film music. And it could be in a documentary film. I was thinking, you know, where they're showing various images and they want some backing music, it would fit there. It would fit in another type of film as well, where you have like a scene where maybe they're looking back at one of the characters' past or something, they're showing images. Mm-hmm. It would fit there. And somebody who's in charge of film production music, a music supervisor, could do wonders with it.
Well, we need to find someone.
Yeah. And
Barry Coffin.
Yes. Well, that's what I was thinking of.
WeGetArtist.com. Check it out. Tell them that you're my mate, and that will save you thousands of other people. But that's another stuff. WeGetArtist.com. Check it out. That's for getting your stuff into movies. He's been in the business for 25 years. We could be closer friends, but we've arranged a couple of meetings and I've been too busy, so I've missed him. And it's like, but I still put Steve and Barry in contact last week, and Steve's movies for the songs for the children that he's got has got a really, really good chance of being in a movie soon. So yeah, WeGetArtist.com. Rich, then VB, Darman, then our next guest, Mark, final guest of the evening. Rich,
how do I follow the two bearded ones? I don't have enough facial hair. I'm like the drummer is easy
Neither do
talk
I.
with these guys. Kasia, you're right. It is repetitive, but it totally works. The repetition absolutely completely works. And I don't say this lightly, but I truly mean it. I don't know. I can go on and on, but I'm just going to say simply modern Chopin. That's how it affected me.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
The most
impressive.
amazing pianist of all time is Chopin. I was watching an Instagram live today, and it was a gentleman playing the piano while he's working. He's skiving playing piano, videoing himself. And I says to him, he says, any request? I says, can you play a Chopin? And he says, who's that? I says, you can play piano like that. You've never heard the Chopin? I says, dude, Spring Waltz. He goes, no, I'm lost. I says, dude, this guy's world class. So I'm going to get him on the show soon. So anyway, I could keep wasting time here. VB, Darman, and then Mr. Allowine. VB?
Super nice song. Indeed, what you said, definitely different from the other songs I heard from you. But I love that piano melody.
Thank you.
Just how the melody and the notes are really, really nice.
Thank you.
Well said, brother. Mr. De Flairn?
Yeah. So basically, when I started, my first concert was my piano teacher playing green sleeves on an upright piano, and I just couldn't believe what he got out of that. I think a piano, I got a love affair with it because I think it's one of the most versatile instruments out there. And I have several tracks myself where I just close my eyes and I just play. And why is this relevant to you? Because it affected me. This is what I wrote down in the notes, because I have been taking notes. Beauty and despair. This is what it means to me, or whatever. So I disagree with it. It's soothing. It's not soothing. It's extremely upsetting. It's evocative of a pouring wet rain and cold. But sometimes it's the despair. It touched me because I'm nearly in tears or whatever. That's how much it affected me. So you can't say any better than that. If art makes you cry or you got tears in your eyes, then that is the masterpiece in my opinion. So thank you very much.
You know, this track was made with tears in my eyes and my eyes closed too. So
that's why I wanted to give you my background, so you understood how I felt, and so you could relate to my feelings for this track.
I get it. I get it. And you're right. Hey. This isn't relaxing. This was despair. This was anger. This was hurt, unsupported. And it was just, I was up and down and around with it. And like I said, I almost quit. Yeah. But this song sort of pulled me back.
But it's still beautiful in because you got that emotions out. That's why I called it Beauty and Despair. If I created your track, and I'm not saying I got a problem with your thing, that's what I would call it personally.
The ultra opposite from having a problem. You loved it so much it made you shed a tear. And I've just gave you a new nickname at the end of your name, Darman, the Music Man. I've never seen anybody so emotional while explaining how they felt a song. And I've only seen one other person in the music family close their eyes and they explain how a music song makes them feel. Anubis Morrison, anyone? Hey, Darman, you're now the Music Man. That's what I'm calling you behind your back, whether you like it or not. Well said, brother. Mark Allowine, what's your thoughts here before we get to your final section of the evening?
So it's pretty interesting, Katja, when you think, you wrote it from a despairing kind of point of view, like Darman was talking about, but from my perspective, it was one of those things that was beautiful. It was lovely. So things can be read so many different ways. When we write something, how it's taken from somebody else. I mean, I've got songs that I've written that have a story behind it, and then somebody comes onto my podcast and they pick that particular song to talk about, and it didn't have anything to do with their story, but that's their story. And so I'm going to wrap it up by saying I wrote down some words here. It was gripping, it was mesmerizing, it was emotional, it was professional, it was easy to listen to, and I want more. That's the things I wrote down. It was spectacular.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
Absolutely beautiful work, Mark. It was Mark. And Catcher, hey, look at the size of that smile. Look at her. She can't get the smile off her
I've got
face.
tears
Well
in
done,
my
everyone.
eyes.
You deserve all the compliments and more. You're absolutely wonderful. Catch it, everybody. Until the next time, darling. See you tomorrow for the open mic.
Yep.
Yeah. So coming
Okay.
up, our final guest of the evening. He's been here the full 4 hours with us, and I wanted to end this song unless you were in a hurry. Mr. Allewine, as soon as Tim Consley seen him, he knew. He said to me in private, "This guy's going to be one of my best friends," and I love you to bits. And can I let you know that me and Tim's planning to do some type of like well-meaning podcast on a Sunday where Tim's going to use his former minister skills to wish people well and maybe wish them a wee prayer at the end of a 10-minute video. And we spoke today and we said, wouldn't it be cool if Mark would be up for doing that? So, I mean, introduce yourself, Mark. Tell us a story about your song, My Lady. And if you can, my partner, Kirsty, you prayed for her. To me, the other day, you haven't even met her yet. If you can end the show tonight with a prayer, I love you for it. And Tim, you can do one after him if you could. But anyway, Mr. Allewine, who are you as a musician? What's the story behind My Lady?
Okay, so real quick, I am a retired worship pastor, so Tim and I have a little bit of stuff in common that particular way. And I retired Easter Sunday 2020. Actually, on live stream was my last service at the church I'd served at for almost 16 years, which I'm still a part of there. And so I'm a Jesus guy. I write Jesus music, and that's just what I do. And I've released 26 or 27 songs since then. And I do them right here in the studio here. And the song My Lady is my expression. I think every set, this has been a ginormous set. I think every set needs a love song. And so I met my wife. We met and married in 9 months, 41 and a half years ago. So it'll be 42 years this June. And I wrote this song called My Lady. And it's all about my appreciation and my gratefulness. I have a grateful heart for my amazing wife, who's right on the other side of that wall, working in her office on Mark Allewine Music. So there you go.
Hey, Mark, love you to bits, brother. You're a wonderful
Love you
human
too.
being, great musician. Sit back and enjoy the last track of the evening. It's called My Lady by our new member, the newest member of the family, Mr. Mark Allewine. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
I see you there, reaching out and taking care, showing love everywhere. And I just stare, and I thank God for you. You keep on moving. Every touch is kissed by love. You get your strength from God above. And every day I thank God for you. 'Cause you're my lady, my number one, my finer things in life. You are sweeter, oh, as the days go by. You're my helpmate, my soulmate, my lady of this house. And I'm the most blessed man that there is no doubt. I just love the ways the music your life makes. It never fades. It's more beautiful today than yesterday. And I'm amazed, and I thank God for you. 'Cause you're my lady, my number one, my finer things in life. You are sweeter, oh, as the days go by. You're my helpmate, my soulmate, my lady of his house. And I'm the most blessed man of that. There is no doubt. You keep on loving and it's showing. You're giving and you're growing. That's just who you are. Who you are. You keep on laughing and smiling, and sometimes you're crying. That's just who you are. Who you are. You're my lady, my number one, my finer things in life. You are sweeter, oh, as the days go by. You're my helpmate, my soulmate, my lady of his house. And I'm the most blessed man of that. There is no doubt. I'm the most blessed man of that. There is no doubt.
Mark Allardyce, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful track. Just love it. Melted my heart there. Let's start with Tim. He looks like he's still crying, so I want to hear him while he's bubbling. Tim, what's your thoughts here, brother?
Mark, that was just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. And I echo those sentiments towards my wife. I mean, 38 years. We just celebrated 38 years.
Congratulations.
Just a week or two ago. And man, that song was beautiful. I love the guitars. Was that you playing slide guitar in that?
No, I got a friend that is a world-class guitarist. He played that. I can't play slide, so.
I just started. So my next album's going to have 2 songs where I got slide going on in it. And what was really uplifting in that song is when the harmonies really kicked in. That just took that song to a whole nother level.
Awesome.
Bro, all I got to say is, I thank God I met you.
Oh, thank you so much, Tim. I'm so glad to know you.
Well said, well said, well said. I'm getting distracted there. Steve, and then Mark. Steve Andrews, then Mark.
Mark, what can I say? Like, just top marks for such a beautiful song, a love song, and everything in it was just right. The pedal steel or whatever, the slide guitar that fitted so well, and everything, the vocals and just all of it. It was just a beautiful love song, and I really appreciated that.
Thank you so much, Steve.
You
well
welcome.
said. Well said, Steve. Well said. Mr. Story, then Mr. Chambers.
Mark, what a beautiful, beautiful tribute to the love you have for your wife. I mean, I find writing personal songs like that myself very tricky because you kind of want to get it 100% right when you're putting a tribute to someone you care so much about. You know, my partner, we've been together 13 years. When I met her, I wasn't playing music, and through her, I am now playing music because she pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. And when you've got a good woman behind you supporting you, it makes a big difference. Song's fantastic. It's really beautiful. It's right up there with any love song. Right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Mark.
Well said, dude. And it's a famous saying behind every successful man is a good woman. If you've not got a good woman behind you, it doesn't matter how cool a dude you are. You're F-U-C-K'd. Rich, then VB, then Darman, then Lonnie. Sorry.
Mark, I got to tell you, years and years ago when I was a kid and I first heard Randy Travis, Forever and Ever, Amen. I smiled through the entire song the first time I heard it. I did that with yours because it has that powerful sentiment. And I can't add any more than what everybody else said, other than I smiled through the entire thing and I instantly thought of Randy Travis. I hope you take it as a compliment, because I think
It's
Randy
a
Travis
huge
is amazing.
compliment. Yeah. Thank you.
And that song is amazing, and your song is amazing. Like, and it's the sort of song that you can see played at weddings and that sort of thing. It has that kind of sentiment, that kind of power to it, and it's so personal. It came through. Way to go, Mark. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rich.
Well said. VB, Darman, and then Lonnie.
Yeah, a really good song. I love the story in it, as well the production of the song, and I really love the string sound, the string kind of sound in it. It really makes the song complete.
Thank you. Thank you
Well
so
said.
much.
Well said. Can I just go Catcher, Darman, then Lonnie? Just ladies first. Sorry, Catcher. Catcher.
Oh,
Then
no
Darman.
problem. This takes me back to my first marriage. The young love.
Oh, it's breaking up again. Oh, Darman, you go. Catcher can jump in and shoot when it comes back. Darman.
Yeah. Okay. Very Americana type of sound or whatever. I just like to say,
just so important.
Yeah, well said, Darren. It was breaking up a little bit there, Catcher, but we heard most of it. Well said. Darman, and then Lonnie, our final compliment of the evening, and then we'll speak to Mark.
Right.
Darman?
Okay, I've done my own love song and put it out, and there's two difficult things about it. Number one, harmonization. Harmonization is a very difficult skill to get, and I would say this is an excellent example of getting it right, because if you harmonize all the way through the song, it's a bit like we were talking about before with the dance track or whatever. When it actually comes in, then it means a lot more, whatever. And obviously it's done in a very professional manner, so it means more. And I just like to echo what someone else said. It's very, very difficult. I was scared when I put my love song out there for everybody to hear or whatever. I don't care. I got very thick skin. I've had people shout at me and said, you got rubbish songs. But this one, I was actually scared, because you are bearing your soul a little bit or whatever. You're showing the vulnerable side to yourself. So I want to hats off for that or whatever. And I'd just like to say that it reminds me a bit of Hold Me in Your Arms by the Black Keys, with the slide guitar. One of my, I got that as a ringtone on my phone or whatever. Like, I love the slide guitar on that. So yeah, very well done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate those words.
Well said. Mr. Lonnie in Ohio.
So I'm going to agree with Tim. It resonates with me, with my fiance. God give us a woman for a reason. A good woman will be standing behind a good man, rolling her eyes. Of course, a bad woman will take you down a bad road. But I love the slide guitar. It had kind of a bluesish country feel to it. It was a great written song, and I want to say this. I don't know if I get a chance to. I want to thank Tim and Mark for putting me on a show with a lot of world-class musicians. I got to listen to 4 hours of top-notch music from great musicians. It means a lot to me, and thank you very much.
Thank you,
Lonnie. All I can say to that is, we do 5 shows a week, and you're welcome to come to all of them, brother. So, hey, I can give you the time schedule. We do an open mic on a Sunday for family members, and we do a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday show as well, where we do 10 artists, not 20. This is the Take the P one, or let's get 20 people together. But we timed it well. We planned for 4 hours. It's been 3 hours, 56 minutes. Hey, we've done well. We've done it perfect. 2 people didn't show up, but it's all right. Rich Chambers took a double time slot as usual. And I'm like, but no, I mean, it's an honor to do this. It's an honor to be here. Maybe other people can do it. I don't know if they can. Musicians don't trust anybody. It takes a little while to a musician trust somebody, and I can get 10, 20 people on a show 5 times a week for a reason. Do you know what I mean? It's because I'm the realest, hardest working mother. in the game, and I'm not kidding. So Lonnie, thanks for the compliment. I tried to sound like a gentleman back and then trying to act like the tough man, but anyway, thanks for the compliment. And Mr. Allowine, could you end the evening with telling us how you could get there? And if you would, if you could say a prayer for
I'll
the
be real
musicians
quick.
in this family, then it would be amazing. And if Tim Consley would like to say a small one after you, that's entirely up to him. I'm going to put the thing on Spotlight for everyone. There you go, Matt.
I'm going to pray real quick. Sorry for the hat here, but I'm going to take my hat off. Heavenly Father, thank you for unbelievable music today, for musicians that come together. I pray for more. I pray for more inspiration, that we would look around and see what's going on. We've heard amazing instrumentals and amazing vocals. So have your way with us as musicians. And we thank you so much for this incredible gift. In Jesus' name, amen.
And
Amen
Lord-
to that.
Lord,
Amen.
we
Mr.
just-
Consley, would you like to jump in there with the one as well, brother?
Yes. Yes. Lord, we just thank you for friends and family that are here today, Lord. Thank you for this musical family that I've stumbled into and become a part of. Lord, I thank you for each and every one that is here. Lord, may you bless them, multiply their talents, and just, Lord, give them songs from the heart. And Lord, we just ask right now in Jesus' name, Lord, that you keep us all safe and we all keep our eyes on the career path that you have set for us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen to that. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Mark.
My pleasure.
That's been another wonderful show. We'll just end Mark's section. Mark Allowine, until the next time, brother. One love, dude. Thank you for that. Very
One
special
love.
moment, yeah.
Yep.
And I'd like to just tell everybody how much I love you all for coming. You know, what a great thing this is we're doing. And people are going to continue to try and destroy it. But see, the more people that support it, the more the people won't even try. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I get attacked so much, I think about stopping doing this. And then I pick my phone up and I see all the love for the people that really know what's going on. You know, it's like, hey, we're doing something special here. These are all part of it. The family shows every Saturday.